UnTitledChapter, your weekly dose of 10 o'clock. This is episode 282, and it's the first episode on the new channel. Today,
there's a new channel?
There's a new channel. Today we have our special guest, StallordD. Say hello, Stallard. We have our regular
Annoyance,
Xeno. And
oh, no, I don't myself. Oh, okay.
And we have our regular lollipop-sucking dude, MDRLOz.
Hey, these Polish lollipops are really good, man. They're good. Yep.
Jesus Christ, how big is that?
It's cute.
Wow. Anyway.
Lollipops.
Lollipop.
Not suckers.
Yeah. That sounds like what you call it, a pacifier?
Yeah.
Calling it a sucker?
We call so there's a difference here in Freedom World.
Freedom World.
Suckers are small and round, and lollipops are the big flat wide
Oh, right. That makes sense.
Actually, I guess those ones are lollipops.
Yeah.
So. There you go.
Yeah. Right, okay, so episode 282, we're going to be talking Warframe as usual, and the first thing we do every week is emblems. Did I actually put it in this episode? Yes, I did. Cool. So, Stallard, towards the top of this chat, you'll see two clan emblems.
Yeah.
At your own discretion, please choose one to be the winner of this week.
They're both pretty edgy.
They are, actually.
I haven't seen yours yet. Where's yours?
Goes to the top.
Unrested versus the Angel Wing Demon Clan.
Oh, yeah.
I think I'll have to go with Unrested. The Angel Wing one looks a bit cluttered.
No, yeah, mine's Angel Wing, and the one thing I noticed is, for some reason, there's a red box around it, which just... What is that red box? It's so weird. Because it doesn't
Wait, is that red box part of it?
Yep.
That red...
And then the lens flare, and then there's this weird, like, cubic cluster of shapes beneath the Angel Wings. It's kind of off-centered.
The cubic thing below it is probably the Warframe's actual, like, section that...
So was it translucent?
Yeah, it's translucent in that red square. That's why this is like, what is this emblem? It's just... I just don't get it. I think, like, if you drop the red square, it would actually be really nice, because it would just be these floating wings, but just the red square, like, the straight lines in the corners,
Yeah.
Cool. So that was my emblem that won. Awesome.
You win.
If people want a chance at winning 150 platinum for their platform of choice, please go into the description below and you'll see a link to a Google form where you'll actually see these week's emblems and put in your in-game name, choose the emblem you like the most, and you will have a chance, and select your platform of choice, and you'll have a chance of winning 150 platinum in 2 weeks' time. The winners for episode 280 is now displayed in the description. So, unfortunately, we can't tell you who they are because the competition is still going on for another day. What else? That's it for the giveaway. So, moving on to Dojo Dusting. So, the first things first, obviously, we're on the new channel. So, maybe this will actually not screw over my other channel.
Never heard of it.
The simple reason, just for my understanding of why we're on a different channel, is to do with Xeno does believe that the long time of 10 o'clock versus the off drop in the episode of viewership due to the platinum code probably at the beginning means that he worries that it is screwing up the demographic numbers of his channel, so he's moving this out. It also makes more space on that channel, and we'll see how that goes.
That is 100% a smart decision because YouTube algorithms do not like when you upload long videos to your channel.
Yeah. So
fucks ya.
Yeah. So we'll see what happens. Hopefully this is the cure-all, but I'm more interested to see if that weird drop-off will still continue, Loz.
I bet it will, because it's Plat codes. Everyone wants Plat codes.
I'm wondering if it's Plat codes and also people clicking on not knowing what it is.
I can't believe that'd be continuously every week. That's such a large magazine. Unless you're really confident that your thumbnails just draw mad crowds of people.
No. Right. So, what else have we got dojo dusting wise? One thing to point out: if you won platinum in the 24-hour Orb Valis run, and you're on PC, please reach out to me and let me know that you're expecting the platinum. I have messaged everyone involved because basically there was some confusion on my end. I screwed up and I have to hand out the platinum manually. Unfortunately, Dee's unable to withdraw the money from, withdraw the platinum from my account. It has to be done by hand. So if you're expecting platinum, please keep an eye out for me on the game and we'll get you the platinum. I've got a list of everyone that's due it. What else there? We're going to be at TennoCon.
Yay! I'll see you guys there.
Oh, yay! We can be uncomfortable nerds together. Yay!
Yeah!
Right. So that's it for the dojo.
Don't forget Sweaty.
Oh, what? Never forget Sweaty. Don't worry.
Wait, what? You're not going to shower?
No, because it's hot in Canada in July. It's like quite warm outside.
Oh, God, yeah, I have to queue outside.
Yeah.
Damn it.
Xeno definitely will be sweaty.
Oh, thanks.
And hungry.
Well, at least I still get the free food. Right, so...
devour some nearby con goers. They're everywhere.
Not a cannibal. Anyway.
You will be.
The screen froze on your face, Loz. Oh, I think I missed it.
Anyway.
Hold on.
Cool. So,
I missed it.
So, where are we going with this?
I see
dusting.
Some questions in the chat that you linked.
Yeah. So, should we do the cards, the YouTube cards?
Cool. Yeah, let's move on to the YouTube cards from last week. I love this feature. Well, it's definitely not. Did you know you could do polls on YouTube?
I knew you could do them on the community tab. I didn't know you could do them as like part of a
video.
As a video. That's cool.
Yeah.
Not worth getting rid of annotations, but
yeah, annotations were good.
Right.
We've got end cards and cards.
So last week we asked 5 cards. So I'm not going to dwell on this card. First card, bonus duck versus bonus duck. 72 people.
High-level thinking going on here.
Yep.
Yeah.
72 people responded. 25% said bonus duck, and 25%. Sorry, 25% said bonus duck. 75% said bonus duck. Let's move on to the second card.
Okay. You sure you don't want to work at these demographics?
No, I'm very sure I don't.
Voted for bonus duck.
Right.
What does that mean?
No. I actually know them. So 75% of those people have played Team Fortress 2. There you go.
Well, I'm just worried there's 18 people out there who are doing a cry for help, and we're not dealing with this issue here, Abby. Right, let's move on.
So, next card. Have you struggled forming groups for the exploiter? Right? So, 78 people responded. 11% said yes, frequently. 12% said yes, rarely. 15% said no, I only solo. 17% said yes, all the time. And 42% said no, / I haven't tried exploiter.
Get on it, guys.
So
it's leaving in 2 days.
Yeah.
So have you... Is it leaving?
I think... Yeah.
I thought it was a simple case of...
Well, no, because you need the Thermia events to get the Thermia to start the...
Yeah, but if you stockpile the Thermia, you still can do it.
I imagine so, yeah, you probably could. But...
Oh, that's a good point. Might be able to, yeah.
But everyone in the group needs Thermia to do it.
Oh, you do?
Yeah. You deduct it from everyone.
Oh, it does. I thought it deducted it just from the person who put it in.
No, it's like the...
I don't think... No, I think it doesn't. There's no way it could.
Why?
It must only... Well, because before the 24-hour stream, my score on the event was 7.
Yeah.
And I didn't do anything, so I had 2 bits of thermia.
You shouldn't. You should have had 4 bits of thermia.
No, you get 2 for doing 7.
But
it doesn't matter. Even if I had 4 bits, we did it like I've got a page of how many times we did it.
Please tell me how many times you did it.
Yeah.
We did it. Where's my numbers? Oh, there it is.
Throw me some numbers.
We did it 18 times. At most, I had 4 thermia. If you're saying 4, something doesn't add up there.
Yeah, told you.
My math. Yep.
Okay.
Interesting. But still, there's going to need thermia, so there will be limiting the amount of runs that can happen.
Yeah.
Remember when they said all the spider or mothers would be heists?
Yeah.
I remember that. Now we have heist singular. Just the one.
To be honest, I prefer the exploiter to the profit taker massively.
The fight, yeah. I like the heist aspect leading up to profit taker, but I still think it's
fight was just.
Yeah, I think it's weird though how you have to go into the back room and it's like, check out what the list of heists we have. We have the one, just one.
Just the same heist. We just love stealing or doing this one thing continuously. Yep. Yeah, I do like the idea of the heists, but with the build up and the different missions, and those missions are then reused for different resources. That's fine, but I don't think the boss should have been on there as well. There should have been a heist to unlock it and resources maybe to do it or do the rest. Because I do admit it did explain this. You got an appreciation for how strong the orb was because of all these steps you had to do to try and beat it, which was cool.
They could definitely add a prequel heist to the exploiter orb. It would be super easy. What are you laughing at?
Yeah.
Prequel.
Why is that so funny?
No idea.
I'm dying.
Yeah, that's what your bad sense of humor is doing, Loz. It's killing poor Stallord.
Good.
I'm recovering from a flu, so I got a bit of the.
Oh, look, a lung.
Yep.
Right. Okay, let's move on to the next card. Next card. What's your opinion on trade tax? 82 people responded. 2% said it's too restrictive. 13% said it's for security. 35% said don't care / none of the above. And 48% said it's a credit sink. Where do you sit with this, Stallord?
It's a credit sink, but I get why. I kind of see where they're coming from, why they put it in. It's to kind of deter, front-loading super rare stuff onto brand new accounts. Not that it really stops anyone, because you could just taxi someone to index 4 times, and then there you go. But it helps a little bit.
Yeah.
And it's usually such a small amount, it doesn't even matter. So, it's whatever.
I mean, personally, I feel there could be other ways they could fix that than the credit tax, and then because for most transactions, it's just burning credits, and as I said, it's just a credit sink just to get rid of credits from the system.
Yeah, I'm sure that's 99% the primary reason, because people have so many credits, but I don't know how I feel about it. Kind of indifferent.
Okay, let's move on to the next card. Would you like Sentience 2.0? Sorry, Sentience. Fucking hell, I keep doing that. Sentinels 2.0. 77 people responded. 2% said no. 20% said impartial. And 76% said yes. Pretty sure we had this card maybe a year ago or something. And I want to say it was majority no.
Really?
Really? I can't remember having a card like this.
Maybe.
I would think that, you put any poll that says, do you want X 2.0? And people are just going to be like, yeah, sure, whatever.
Maybe,
stuff.
Maybe it was a case of, Sentinels 2.0 versus Companions 2.0.
Ah.
I was actually suggest that would have been a good card, so I don't think we did that, because that would have been interesting, and I would remember that. I don't know, we must have something about Sentinels. It's probably to do with Sentinel Revive we had a quiz on.
Maybe.
And people were like, yeah, I don't care. But I must admit, after doing the 24 hours again, Sentinels are awful for a long time, or anything with any strength. I put maximum armor, maximum health, maximum shields on my death cube. It might as well have just been made of cardboard. It was pointless having it. And then we even had a reset 6 hours in, and it still just fell over in a few seconds. They're so useless, Sentinels. They really need to
No, my Helios is great. You know, he's so good. And I'll tell you, he has the targeting one that makes it so that enemies are weaker. They get the Banshee weak point.
No. I don't mean the actual abilities. The abilities of Sentinel's fine. I mean that their survivability is
yeah. He also has he has synth fiber and synth deconstruct. So anytime he pings an enemy, they're gonna drop a health orb, and then you automatically pick up extra health orbs, and it doubles his armor for a little bit. Top that off with prime regen, and he lasts a pretty long time.
Oh, I suppose I didn't have your health orb acquiring double armor system thing for it, but I had prime regen max. Didn't make a difference. It's just for long missions, and it just dies continuously. You go spend six hours on the plane straight and see if you can keep that Helios alive.
Yeah, long missions is a different thing. You're fair enough.
All right, and let's look at our last card. 72-hour crafting of ephemera, good or bad? 78 people responded. 7% said good, 35% said bad, and 56% said impartial. Where do you stand on that, StallordD?
I'm kind of more like, why does it need 3-day crafting time? It's got 1% drop chance on the longest rotation in most of this stuff, and it takes a pretty sizable dump of resources, and then also 3 days to build for something that's kind of bleh. I don't think it's necessary, but whatever.
Yeah, I think that was my point, because like, you spend ages farming it, and what's the point in putting on a giant time sink before you can play with it?
The ephemera really, really disappoint me, because they showed them off as these, like, if you have one of these, players will be able to tell that you're a veteran player who's done it all. You're the best of the best. And then some guy's like, hey guys, what's an ephemera? I just killed this thing called the Stalker, and he dropped it. What's that? And it's like, oh yeah, that player's the best of the best. He got it the first time he killed Shadow Stalker on accident because he was squatted up with the veteran who happened to summon Shadow Stalker, and then they don't even look that good. They're just like little tiny little bits. The Smoking Body one actually looks pretty decent, but the other ones, Bleeding Body makes you look like a lava lamp.
Oh, it really does.
The Seeding Step is barely noticeable. Flaming Step and Shocking Step are both okay, but they're not super a big deal, and Freezing Step just doesn't look good either. And that one costs 20,000 cryotic, which no thanks. No thanks.
Have you built your Shocking Step, Xeno?
I forgot to get it building while I was on holiday.
Oh, you have a Shocking Step?
Yeah,
we got it from
it's awful though. The end though.
It might as well just be, oh look, you've cast some random Warframe ability, because you don't even notice it as a special thing. And it's not like the faster you're running, the more electricity appears. If it was like you got to the point where it was zapping up all the walls, you'd be, oh, look at that player. No, it's just like, there's just a few little, oh, he's got a bit of static going on there. That's good.
I much prefer it if it was, accolades. You know, just give us an accolades page, and this is all the crazy accolades you've built up.
Yeah. Like, I put some suggestions on Twitter. It's like, for each of the ones, you have to do a bunch of, not necessarily hard, but you have to, like, kind of get to the end of most of the progression systems. Like, for the Seeding Step one, you have to have killed all of the Silver Grove Spectres 3 times, which means you've done a lot of the quests. You know how to do the apothecs. You've done all the conservation, which means you've gotten pretty far on Fortuna and Cetus, and like just little stuff like that, just so that it still takes a long time to get, but you can
it's
work
more skill
towards
than
them.
RNG.
Yeah, and not even necessarily skill, because like it's not hard by any stretch, but more so it's just like you put in the time and the work to get to these things. And honestly, at that point, I'd be fine that they're so kind of meh, because it's like, it's a neat little thing you can put on your dude. But the fact that they're so rare and they're still kind of bleh is just really disappointing. I wish they did different stuff depending on what you did. Like, a double jump has a different effect, and a bullet jump has a different effect. And if you dodge, and if you wall run or slide, they like slightly change up how the particles look or do different things.
Yeah.
But
I would have preferred if they put them in the game and then didn't tell people how to get them. And like you just listed all that stuff to the conservation, whatever, and you had to do certain things in a certain order. And it was just, you know, it wouldn't tell you. But if you triggered a step, it would like send you a message or something like, "Oh, it's a secret. What did you do?" You know, it'd be an interesting hunt for people to look for them.
I don't know, because I swear, like, someone would just data mine it and tell everyone else.
But no, you can be clever though. You don't. Right, you know, Blizzard have cleverly come away. They still let people do complete data mines, and they still trick people. They still add things to the game that people don't find right away.
No, I didn't know this.
Yeah, they're really clever. What they do is they just reuse existing assets that are already in the game. So people data mine it, and there's no text to find. There's no audio files to strip. So and then they just add they added a secret cave at one point somewhere, and it had like loads of different walls that were like energy walls of different color, and you needed to use different potions and things to get through it. But they never said they added it to the game, and it was like in the game for apparently 4 months before someone just went, "That cave wasn't there before." It was like literally at the top of a continent, and like there's nothing up there, and all of a sudden in the middle of a mountainside there was just a new cave, and they never told anyone it was there. Yeah, and they just left it. But because it reused stuff that was already in the game, just reallocating it, you couldn't see it in a patch. You data mined a patch, couldn't see anything.
Maybe D should go around doing that. Cool, right. So that's it for the graphs. Loz, Patreon questions.
Oh, cool. There's only like one, I think, wasn't there?
Yeah.
Or two. So, from Zoogle this week, yells all in one breath. Not sure if you guys collected the questions for this week, but how are you both recovering from the 24-hour stream? Sorry?
I had no problem with it.
No, compared to 24 hours on the plains, 24 hours in the Valas was great. I really wish we did manage to do it in one 24-hour batch, and I was actually tempted to stay the extra 6 hours required to do it in 24 hour, but that probably would have killed me. But I recovered pretty well, yeah.
Yeah.
And then, as Rugal asked, what is the cutoff point for asking Patreon questions? It's Saturday too late, and it's Saturday at 7 PM GMT or 3 PM EDT. That's it, right? Moving on.
That will change 2 PM EDT when we go to BS2.
Yeah, but I'm sure we'll update that on your Patreon.
Yep.
Cool.
So should we go to the community responses for last week?
Shall. Okay, let's start with Rugal again. I say this as an infested player, but there can't or shouldn't be a Jinn Prime because it's an infested unit. Maybe a Mutalist Jinn, that'd be interesting. So we've also got, and people were talking about this in discussion, we're gonna at some point we're going to technically have a Nidus Prime as well. But so far, no infested weaponry's been primed or anything. There's not a primed infested weapon. What do you guys think for things like the Jinn? Should there be a primed Jinn?
I don't think anything's going to stop them from making primed whatever. We've long since passed the point where slightly shaky lore questions about primes have no longer been a concern. So they'll be like, yeah, sure, Prime Jinn, whatever. Prime Nidus, sure, whatever. Throw it on there. He's got some gold bits. Just tack them, just smash them in there. There's plenty of goo.
Yeah,
like they already did Prime Helios, Prime Valkyr.
Oh yeah, Helios was a Corpus one. Well, no, the Valkyr one made sense because it was still a Warframe.
No, it didn't.
Well, yeah,
she was supposed to become Valkyr after being mutilated from whatever she was before.
Yeah, it was just her. Yeah, it was still a Warframe, and the original things they said is just she's had her skin removed or whatever, or parts of it removed, and that was it.
I swear it was before, because I'm pretty sure they've retconned it now. They
retconned it.
Yeah, it used to be like the abilities weren't the same and things. It's because of the experience that Valkyr had gone through, is what made her.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But there's a bit that, I mean, you could say that she had similar abilities, but it just made her crazier, or it warped them to be, like, they could have been very similar, just a little bit more.
Well, there's also, the big one was Nova Prime. That was the biggest one.
Well, that one got retconned. Into
that one got retconned so hard.
Yeah.
Oh, man. I love it. That was great.
And then never since have they let the design council build Warframes.
They don't let the design council do anything. For good reason. The design council they make some questionable choices.
Like naming it the fucking carrier.
Or naming it, hey, let's name the... I don't want to do call-outs. I don't want to do call-outs. Carrier's old enough. I still feel like Gera is a bit too recent. Oops, I said it.
There we go.
Let's name the glass frame Gera, like the Japanese word for glass, garasu. So now it's Gera. There you go.
Yep. Geniuses.
That's it. Genius.
Genius. Just.
Or the time, never mind.
Moving on.
Okay, anyway, I was going to dig deeper with this. Yeah, that's not. Anarchy Gaming says, okay, my 8K standing. So Anarchy Gaming put a guess that we were going to have 8,000 standing from doing Nightwave standing from doing the ballast for 24 hours. I think we got a bit more than that. So they say, okay, my 8K standing was a bit too short. Now we know 24-hour ballast for one Nightwave tier. I think we got around 3,000 rep in the end. 30,000 rep, I think.
30,000, jeez.
Yep.
Let's have a look.
How many did we do?
10, 20, 30, 40, 43 packs.
43 packs.
300 each.
Hold
Damn.
on. 43.
Oh, 12,000. 12,000 rep.
Okay,
oh, yeah, enough for a tier. Sorry, not 30,000. Yeah, enough for a tier.
I'm like, 30,000's ridiculous.
30,000 a week, yeah. 30,000 would be enough. 12,000.
That's the case. Just everyone do 24-hour ballasts.
It's 12,800 because there was one we missed.
There was one dude that missed you.
Ha!
He fell through the world.
Yeah. Scrubs.
I was a bit worried though.
Why didn't you go after him?
Through the floor.
Yeah.
We couldn't.
Not with that attitude.
Yeah, we didn't try hard enough to break.
Yeah, we should have clipped.
You got out of the door, so you clearly...
I did. To be fair. That is.
It annoyed me that we didn't really try operators much to get out that door. Maybe we could have done something with that. Anyway, moving on. Pepper says, I was so close to be the first one to open the deck 12. It opened in front of my eyes while I was selecting the last cipher. Such a shame. Well done, Pepper, for getting close, though. But, yeah, so moving on. At least there's no, I'm glad they didn't go too far as to give someone, a title for being the first one to open it or whatever.
Yeah.
I wouldn't mind.
I still wish we would have all had to open it, honestly. I was looking forward to it.
That's the thing. I didn't like how I kind of, the first week I was very busy, then the second week I was like, right, I want to do this event now. Did all the scans, went to the thing, and I'm like, oh, it's just done. I don't even have to do anything. It was kind of sad. Moving on, Nathan, I would be more than happy to wait 70 hours crafting time for ephemera if they would drop. 3% drop chance on Exploiter Orb is a grind from hell. Indeed.
I don't know, personally, I would rather work for the ephemera. I don't know, maybe it's a case of, I think I would for the Stalker one, you have to kill the Stalker with a starting Warframe and MK1 gear. Right?
Well, that's the kind of thing that they said the glyphs were going to be. They were the glyph. Is that the glyphs? The chests? Yeah, glyphs.
Sigils. Emblems.
Sigils.
Yes.
Sigils. They said that sigils. Some of the sigils can be oh yeah, you have to get one sigil, and then that enables you to do the next challenge to unlock the next one. And some of them might be kill the Fantis with melee only. That was the example they threw around, and then they just shoved them all onto the syndicates and went, there you go, buy them for rep.
Yeah,
it was that's exciting.
Are you suggesting? Are you daring to suggest that Digital Extremes might slightly change things after
Well, no,
release.
yeah. I imagine what it was is that they planned to do that, and then for time or for some other reason, they'd like, okay, we could sit down and do this, but then we'd have to test it, and then we'd have to do this, and it'd be delayed for another few months. But I don't like how that idea just gets chucked out with a window and they just dump it on. Like, do you honestly feel that when you look at syndicates, and all the syndicates I have available, I've bought all their sigils available, but you buy like there's 2 per tier for some of the tiers, I think. There's no, you don't think, oh yeah, I really like that Steel Meridian one. Oh, that's brilliant. You know, you just use the highest one for the highest points, and that's it. Let's be fair.
There's a couple of them that I think look cooler than normal, because they also have slightly different like animations on them. But in general, yeah, the extra.
There's
buff.
just too many. Yeah, it's like it doesn't feel special at all. There's just so many, and you just shove them on. Yeah. Anyway, moving on. Squivel C says, I now know what to name my good mower. Now trying to figure out the build for bonus duck. And lastly, we have the Big Blue Boy says, what do you guys think about placing a lock on items, weapons, warframes? Like when we sell our stuff on bulk by accident, we may sell our 5-former dread instead of selling your garbage master rank fodder weapons. Just an option, make sure you don't sell your valuable items by manually choosing what you want to keep. Also, great vid. Oh, thank you very much.
I'm not opposed to that at all.
I thought you could already favorite things.
Does that stop selling though? I will go test it now.
I thought.
I'm unaware of this favoriting.
I might just be imagining it as in the game because, like, I saw a suggestion someone made once, and then that just morphed into that's in the game now in my brain. But
because I know from playing piles of mobile games, I think this feature is just sensible. When you've got a long list of things and you know you don't want to sell some of them, the ability to lock or favorite or move out of the list so you can only see the ones which are available to sell just seems important to me. With the vast inventories we have in Warframe, I think it's sensible to do this.
I concur.
Right. Well, that's it for the community responses.
I want to ask a card.
Yeah, go for it.
God, I'm trying to think. Like, are ephemeras meaningless, or are ephemeras what you call it, too easy to get? Do you know what I'm trying to say?
Anyone who says that's a fool. Man, I wish it was 0.1%. 1%.
Well, no, I mean, like, it's they're all you have to do is no. Is it? God, I'm trying to say it's too focused on RNG. It's railroaded down this RNG route, which is what the rest of the game is on. What is the point? Right? That's what I'm trying to say. Like.
No, I think I get what you're actually saying. Like, should an MR1 player who gets lucky be able to get it?
Yeah, basically. I don't think they should. I think this should be something that a player should try to do. Something that they're you know, it's 100% guarantee if they follow this condition.
Yeah.
Alright, so I'm on the inventory /sell page for weapons, and there's nothing stopping me just clicking things and selling it. I can tab things, but that just gives me the tooltip changes to their actual stats. There's no way to favorite or protect items. I literally can just click all my stuff, even stuff I've got equipped, and just then go to sell.
In that case, yes, there should be a favorite feature. If that's possible. Who knows? I'm sure.
Oh, anything is possible.
Well, I don't know. Like, sometimes we're like, hey, can we make it so you can put a little thing?
It's definitely doable. Actually, sorry, because I just realised something. When you go to the inventory, the first page, like, for instance, you can't sell Syndanas. It literally, you hover it and says cannot sell. So there must be a state items could exist in where I can't sell them.
Yeah,
like
so
I can sell,
maybe they could actually add in a state which is user locked as opposed to code locked.
Yeah, like Syndanas, sigils, emblems, I can't sell those. Resources like debt bonds, I'm just looking through things I can't sell. Oh, I can sell this Alan V sigil for some reason. Okay,
I'm pretty sure
but
you
I can't sell this Amethyst Reborn one.
sell login weapons anymore, or login mods.
Also good.
Okay, maybe it's just a case you can't trade them. I can't remember. So the question I want to ask is: should ephemera?
I can sell the Xenostar.
Okay, fine. Should ephemera be removed from RNG?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think. Well, yeah, you can put. Yeah, sorry, that's the question. But just my point is, I don't mind having some of them on RNG. But why did they all have to be on RNG? And I mean, one's on a vendor, I guess. There's that, but that's it. None of them were some of them could have been special. Could have been special, man.
Yeah, I completely.
We were on the verge of greatness.
Some RNG's fine. I mean, it's intrinsic no matter what you do. But I wish they weren't 100% RNG. Like, I don't want to do Elite Sanctuary Onslaught for the remainder of time just to get...
for all of time.
For just some little tiny burning foot trails.
Well, I'm pretty sure ESO, apart from the Blood one, which is just flat out bought,
it's so bad.
I'm pretty sure ESO is like the easiest one to get.
I would say Exploiter Orbs are.
You might be right, actually.
Because ESO is a 20-minute... 20-minute time investment to get those.
Yeah,
so,
but opposed to the arbitration one, which is like a 40-minute one at best.
Unless you're doing excavations. And I got so lucky, I got Seeding Step on my first attempt.
Really? Wow.
Yeah. I did because if you just do infested excavation, it goes real quick, because you can stack those things real good. If you have a team that knows what they're doing, which God knows on public you're probably not going to, but if you go in with a pre-group, you're pretty good.
Cool. Right. Should we go on to the topics?
Cool.
Right. So, scroll down. Right. Oops. Topic 1. So, Nitane.
Yeah.
Topic 2. Enemy prefixes instead of scaling armor. Topic 3. Limbo is still getting shot through the rift by enemies who aren't in the rift.
Good.
I think we were talking about that a moment ago. Right. So, topic 1. So, Nitane. Right. The current system is really poorly implemented into balancing what your wolf credits and time are supposed to go into. It's pretty much Nitane or potatoes, and it made Nitane extract an actual pain to grind and get. Before, you could guarantee at least 1 Nitane per day, depending on how you catch alerts. And now, 1 entire week of nothing, or grinding Saturn 6 fugitives in Fortuna for 300 rep a squad, if that's your idea of fun. Can we get a system that rewards us on a more normal basis with useful resources, or make them drop from a planet? For example, remove one of the 50 Fieldron sample drops in the Pluto resource table, for example, and so with Nitane, and cut the drop by 75% of Fieldron samples.
I think... Well, first off, you can already farm Nitane, whoever wrote that. You fool. You just gotta go to Void Sabotage.
I don't really count that as farming. I count that more as smashing your head against the wall.
1% drop chance on all 3 caches, if I remember correctly.
I thought it was only the 3rd one.
Only the 3rd one, yeah. If you get all 3, is what I mean.
Right.
Come on, get farming. You can do it. I don't know. I think the amount of Nitane you get for so few wolf credits, and considering how much worthless crap is in the rest of the wolf credit table, that like you can pretty quickly buy them all. But I might just be biased because I've already farmed a good chunk of Nitane, so now I don't really need to buy anymore. Maybe if I was a new player going into the wolf cred store and looking, it's like I need to spend all of my creds on these Nitane in order to get the ones I need to build everything. That could be a little frustrating. Yeah.
Just having
What
a look
was the
now.
second part?
Well, basically they were saying that, you know, Nitane should be easier to obtain. Blah 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 blah. I'm just having a look at.
Personally, I do feel that they have just kind of shoehorned Nitane into this vendor, just because that's where the wolf cred thing goes, and it's not as intended. Like before, every day you could work towards getting more Nitane. You got, I think it was 4 alerts a day, and realistically, you're gonna get at least 2 of them. And actually, I'm gonna get the list up for what Nitane's used for. A quick look.
I'm trying to find. Is there not a Warframe wiki page?
What for what?
For all the stuff you can get from the cred off things. Oh, yeah. Sorry, I'm just being daft.
Go that way.
So you get 5 Nitane extract for 15 wolf creds.
Yeah.
And you
That's huge.
You get 50 wolf creds.
Wait, 5?
Yeah.
Oh, come on. No, that's fine. No,
yeah, exactly. That's why everyone's been complaining about it. And I'm like, you get a lot of Nitane from those. Let me look how many you need, because there is, as expected, someone's calculated. Okay, you need 162 to craft every single thing in the game that needs it.
Big whoop-de-fucking do. They haven't used Nitane in fucking years.
Yeah. And that's if you want to craft everything.
I mean,
and the most that one item takes is 5.
Isn't like the big the last thing that they used Nitane on was Valban Prime?
Probably. Like all of her bits do take.
I think it's 20 total.
Yeah, it's gonna be 20 total.
But even so, on one of these wolf cred things, so you can get 3 lots of Nitane. I assume the Nitane one is you can always get it. You know, it's not like you have to wait a week to get another 5. Right?
I'll test it. Actually, I'll buy some now.
Yeah, you can buy them infinitely. They're evergreen.
Yeah. Cool. And so in the first week alone, you'll have 15. Sorry, not the first week. The first batch of wolf creds at rank 3, which I think you could get to in the first week. You know.
Oh yeah, easily.
That's 15. Then the second batch, you'll be able to get another 15, right? Then the third batch, you'll be able to get
20. If you didn't spend wolf cred on anything else, you get 20.
Yeah. So that's 50 Nitane right there.
And according to this, I just did some quick math. If you do, if you spent all your wolf credits on Nitane, you would have 100 Nitane in the first 10 weeks, which.
Right, and once this is another thing people don't seem to realize, or this person doesn't realize, that if you keep up with a system and that you get ahead, by the time you get to the end, every extra 1,000 above rank the 30th reward tier, which is the arc, you get more wolf creds. Now they haven't said how many wolf creds that's going to be, but all the wolf cred packs have been 50 so far. I don't think there's really any danger. Maybe you only get even if you got 10 a wave afterwards. You could easily buy 2 Nitane more a week easily. I think, or at least 1. Yeah, no, 2. No, you can buy 2 Nitane. Yeah, say get 10. I can't believe they'll give us 1 wolf cred per rank after the
yeah.
Or at the very least, this first Nightwave, we're probably going to get to the end really quickly, and we're just going to get so much wolf cred, and they're like, maybe we gave them too much. So we'll have to see. But, you know, I mean, I'm tempted when we finish this thing to buy every Warframe blueprint helmet. That way I can tick it off the list when I have hide owned. That's what I'm planning to do. So we just wait and see. It's going to be ridiculous. I really think this person's not thought this through.
It's pretty significant, and like I get the frustration, but assuming like what they were, I guess also maybe their argument is, well, you shouldn't have to spend all your wolf credits on Nightane, but going by what they were saying, that you know you get the same, you're guaranteed to get one Nightane every day. So in roughly 10 weeks, that's about 70, and I don't know about you guys, but the odds of me logging on every single day and getting every daily guaranteed Nightane is probably not the most realistic. So I'd probably, if I was going super hard on it, would probably get closer to like maybe 30 or 40 in a 10-week period, which, hey, if you only want to get maybe 30 or 40 from the wolf creds, that's only like half of the wolf creds if you are doing the event. So I don't think it's that big of a deal. But
also, this is there was 4 Nightane alerts a day.
Yeah,
but they weren't. There wasn't like 24-hour coverage of that. So if you couldn't play in those periods when it was up, you wouldn't be able to get any. With Nightwave, you can just even if you don't. Let's say you just get to rank 6 in 10 weeks. That's enough to buy. How many Nightane did we say?
That should get you 6.
So,
wait, no, 10 Nightane. Sorry.
10 Nightane? No, it's So it's 50. That's 100 wolf creds. So that's enough for.
Oh, 100 wolf creds. You're right.
Yeah. So that's what was that? 15. That's 30, right? So that's even if you didn't really try, right? And you got you got that far. That's enough to build Vauban Prime, which is the most expensive thing you could build in with wolf creds with Nightane. So, and that's if you just literally, you know, you came in the last couple of weeks on Wolf Nightwave, let alone the fact that there's going to be more people, apparently, as we go by, there'll be more wolf and more convicts to capture. So,
sorry, more wolf. Does that mean I get to see him at some point?
Yeah, I still haven't seen him.
I've seen him once. While I was leveling stealth weapons. Ugh. Oh, yeah, I'm totally against this person. They really haven't thought through. When I was listening to it, I was like, oh, yeah, because 15 wolf creds gets you 1. I'm like, wait, it's 5?
Yeah.
Nah.
No, if it was 1, I totally agree, but it's not. It's fucking 5.
Yeah.
So
honestly,
yeah, sorry, you.
I doubt anyone's going to spend everything, because a lot of that a lot of that 162 Nightane to build everything in the game that I was talking about is cosmetic. Let me see here. You talk about something while I do some math.
some quick math.
What rank are you, Xeno?
Oh, fudge. I'm pretty sure I got the second bout of Hoover, so I'm 19.
And what is this week? This is week 4, isn't it?
I'll
have to quickly look.
I believe so.
Nightwave launched on February 27th.
I think it is week 4.
Week, wasn't there?
Yeah, I think it is week 4.
1, 2, 3. So this is only week 4.
Yeah.
So where are you at? 18?
19.
19. You've done 19, or you're on 19.
I'm pretty sure I'm on. Damn it, I can't remember. I think I'm on 19.
20,000 Kuva, and I know you love spending Kuva, so have you gotten a big pile of Kuva?
Yeah, but I also got a big pile of Kuva from
15.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I'm at 19. I'm not 100% sure. If I'm not, I'm really close to it.
Cool. Yeah. So we're gonna let's see the current week. So it's on week 4.
Quick.
I think by week 7 or 8, we'll probably finish this. It's just
probably that goes in line with what they said about you need 70% of
62.5.
There you go.
It did some quick
math. My quick math is that 34 of that 162 Nightane is dedicated to cosmetics only. So if you still needed every Nightane possible. If you were going to build every single thing, you would still need basically only like 2 runs of Nightwave, and then you'd have everything in the game. And let me tell you, back in my day, when I wasn't no-lifing it, trying to get, you know, a Nightane a day, like sometimes if I was like, you know, I wonder if there's a Nightane up, and there was, I'd be like, okay. But I sure as hell didn't get 120 Nightane that fast. That's pretty fast.
Yeah, so much of this is on cosmetic helmets. I'm just like, oh, well, those aren't needed. Oh, my word. And you do need 1 for a quest, I see here, which is Sand of Anairos, and that's not going to be hard to get your hands on, is it? And there is, I think, as you said earlier, Xeno, there are other methods, chances to farm them, as you're able to do.
That's StallordD was saying that, but
that
method was bullcrap.
It's really, really, really low. Let me.
It's. You have to do Void Sabotage. You have to get all 3 caches, and it's like a 1% chance.
Is it only Void? I thought it was all Sabotage.
Nope, it's only Void.
No, it also is from... Okay, it has a small chance to drop from a cache when you find all 3 during Orokin, Lua, or Kuva Fortress.
I did not know about Lua or Kuva Fortress.
Neither did I. It's very freaking low.
No.
No.
Yeah, no, yes. It has a small chance to drop from a cache when all 3 are found. Orokin or Reactor Sabotage, so Reactor Sabotage is in what most Sabotage missions are.
Yeah.
And Lua or Kuva Fortress Exterminate. So it is any Sabotage mission.
Okay.
Yeah. 2% drop, 2% drop.
Okay, maybe we could knock that up to 5%. Oh,
there's nothing wrong with it being on the Wolf Creds.
Yeah, no, but 5% is not bad. 5% is
fine.
Oh, and on ghoul bounties. Oh, lovely. Gotta love those ghoul bounties. Go to the ghoul bounties. Hey, Xeno.
What?
Yeah, there's some ghouls. Do you want to go do some ghoul bounties?
No. Fuck the ghouls.
Not a fan.
No, it's just oh yeah, let's put this cool lore element for the ghouls.
Yeah, that's why I don't like him, because of all the lore. I feel so bad for Sigor Sava, posthumously, because he's in his diaries, he's like, I now believe without a doubt that the remains of Korra can be found on the plains of Eidolon. And then, lol, no, they're in the sanctuary, you idiot. Samiris has them, you stupid.
Oh, what is this? I'm unaware of this.
So if you get all of the ghoul fragments, there's the hidden messages in them.
Yeah.
You hear about Sigor Sava. He was a corpus researcher. He's the guy who trained Smokefinger, and he's this. He had this really life-changing experience with the remains of Venari, who woke because she was frozen in ice, and then ran off with the remains of Korra. And he's like, I've been spending my life trying to track her down and find her so I can thank her or whatnot. And he's like, and now I believe without a doubt that you can find her on the plains of Eidolon. And I'm sure that's what their plan was before they shifted stuff around to kind of go where the newest thing is. That's something that I kind of wish they would redo, revisit where certain frames drop from. Because why does Baruch drop from the Valis?
Oh man,
why does Garuda drop from the Valis? Why doesn't Korra drop from the Valis? Or why doesn't she drop from the plains? There you go. Why isn't she from Ghoul Bounties?
I think the biggest thing is. I think the biggest thing is, though, that they need to start churning out these lore comics for the Warframes. The quests were nice and all, but they were really holding up the release of new frames. Last year, for the first, was it 2/3 of the year? So I know, 3/4 of the year, we had one Warframe, which was Korra in April, right? Then... we didn't have anything until Revenant, who was, and I'm not counting Excalibur Umbra, I don't care. We didn't have anything until Revenant, who was, I want to say August? Maybe
Sounds
July?
about right.
Yeah? And then in that time, we also had Garuda, who came out with Orb Valis in October. No, I want to say November, because it was over a year since the planes had been released. And then in December, they released Baruch.
Meh.
Yeah?
Oh, poor Baruch. Like, the most forgotten, overlooked, poor child. Man, he got shafted so hard. Our community created cool, original, like, he's made by the best community artists we have. Yeah, he's in the plane somewhere. Okay, bye. On to the next one.
Is he in the plane?
Valis. Excuse. You get him from Vox Solaris standing, because guess what released at the same time Baruch did? Hey, we came out with our first heist. What should we put in there? Just throw the new Warframe in there. He's done. That's where he comes from.
Yeah.
What's the next thing? Like, I wouldn't be surprised if, like, if they're working on a frame around when Railjack comes out, they'll be like, this frame comes from Railjack. It doesn't even matter how good it is. It's just they're kind of putting them in there with whatever comes latest. So, like, because, like, Baruch's good, he's real good, but I don't know if he should be in, Vox Solaris standing good.
No.
How many people have you seen using Baruch?
Which is a rep behind a rep.
Yeah.
What rep?
Yeah.
It's just, Blueprint requires agent rank, while completing blueprints requires hand rank. Each blueprint costs 5,000 total, standing 20,000 standing. And it requires toroids to craft it. My favorite example for this is they always have to put the new Warframe with the new thing. My favorite one is Hydroid.
Yeah.
Oh.
So what? Remember, I have to see if I get this right again. So Hydroid dropped off the Nouvelle Heck.
Yes.
Because that was the new boss that was released in the patch. So we had to put him on that. And he was on the Earth tile set, because he was supposed to originally be the boss of Earth and come to the tile set, but they're like, but we want to make him hard, so he wasn't on the Earth planet, he was on Earth on his own little tile, but released late, and you had to gain access to him because he wasn't he wanted to be high level, because we needed to make him
too tough for new babes.
Too tough, we need to make him hard. We couldn't make him like an easy version and a hard version. No. And then we need how do we can let people access this? Because we can't let people do it. Oh, well, we're releasing a new tile set. Oh, brilliant. Should we put the new boss on that tile set? No, he has to be on Earth, because he's like, okay, cool. Where's the new tile set? I think it was Eris, was it? No.
Ceres, back when Ceres was the last planet in the system.
Yep.
Yeah, so it's like, Grenadier Shipyard, there's Ceres. Okay, cool. Oh, okay, so he's on that one, there's on planet. Okay, what else are we doing? Oh, Melee 2.0. Oh, we're putting a new melee enemy that's got it's got a stick, and he can hit you with it. Oh yeah, we'll put these new melee enemies in for people to fight. Oh, what?
Gamma beacons!
Let's make him drop beacons for the boss. Bacons, yes. So go through it to Ceres, spawn the mob, which was rare because it was the new mob for the new melee system, to drop the orb, to go back to Earth, go to the new boss to get Hydroid, just because that was all the new content. It needed to all be tied together. It made no sense.
Don't forget, those gamma beacons only worked once. They were keys, buddy.
Oh, yeah,
They weren't unlocks. You had to farm those bastards. Yeah. I remember in those days, that's when, like, the big awakening of Necros / focused builds happened, because everyone was like, okay, how the hell do we make this go faster? And they're like, hey, if you slash them into 1,000,000 bits, you can desecrate each one.
It was more than that, Salad. What you could do is, if everyone brought Necros and you timed when you desecrated, you could all desecrate the same one piece. And as a result,
right. I forgot. That's back when it was still single press and not toggle.
Yeah.
Oh, good times.
And then they just basically, oh no, we're going to nerf that and just make it easier to drop. I'm like, oh, fuck you.
And then now they don't even matter. I still have those things. I love those things. I wish we could use those as decorations in our orbiter. Because, oh my god, I wish we could use a lot of old retired items as decorations, like all the ammo boxes, or like the corrupted void key, the one you got from the Arid Fear event, like the Corpus void key. That's still tradable, and I want one, because I wasn't around for that event, and I'm hoping I can find someone who can trade it, because I want it, even though it's completely 100% worthless.
Yeah.
It's just little memento. But
I think I've got one of the components for it. I don't have the actual thing, which is annoying.
Right.
yeah, they were weird.
I love the fact that we've derailed massively. Let's go to the replies, and then we can derail again.
The Nightwave system needs tweaks, yes, but it's a better system than alerts were. Even in the unfinished stage, Nightwave currently is. Even in the unfinished stage Nightwave is currently in, it gives players more control than alerts did. I'd like to see Wolf drop 100 creds, guaranteed. Bit high, yes. But that guy has an awful spawn rate and is a damage sponge, and we should really get better rewards for putting ourselves through that nonsense of a fight.
Well, to quote Steve, Wolf spawn rates will increase as Nightwave goes on.
Yeah.
And we're on week 5, and I still haven't seen him.
Week 4. We're on week 4.
Well, actually, to be fair, when this comes out, it will be week 5.
Oh, okay. Cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll get another lore snippet next week.
Yeah, maybe.
You
want to know another? I kind of don't like how they're kind of shoehorning Wolf of Saturn into the new Jupiter rework.
So my question, right, StallordD.
Yeah.
Apologies if I get this wrong. You are a big lore buff in the Warframe community, aren't you?
Yeah.
Right.
Apparently.
Okay. No, I'm pretty sure you are, but I just needed to make sure. Does it make any sense that a Grenier prison, right, on Saturn, who houses this renegade, Wolf of Saturn 6, yeah? The wolf goes, "Oh, I want to kill the warden. I must kill one." He goes to Jupiter, kills all the corpus, and says, "I'll keep doing this until the warden turns up." Does it make any sense?
Again, they're kind of shoehorning it in with the new Jupiter. So my thoughts on this are that... So the first question I had is, why is there a Grenier prison? The Grenier, would either force them into labor slaves or,
turn them into food.
Turn them into food, because if their, their obedience gene is faulty, which is why, they'd be, quote-unquote, put in a prison in the first place, why not just turn them into gene slurry? That's the whole thing the Grenier do. That was a whole thing with the Groostrag 3. Sargus was like, "Yo, dude, these guys are real fucking... They have a... Yeah, they have a tendency to go friendly fire. They're damaged goods. Let's just throw them in the batch and make new dudes out of them." But then they're like, "Oh, wait, no, they have a super, super high aggressive gene, so we can use that as long as we don't just put them with any of our dudes."
Yeah.
So, why would there be a Grenier prison? So that makes me think, okay, maybe it's not a Grenier prison. Maybe it's just a prison that happens to have Grenier that also happens to look Grenier. I don't know. But ignoring all that, maybe Gorn or Garn, whatever his name is. Garm. Maybe his whole deal is he saw the wolf coming after him and he's like, "Yo, Corpus boys, I got some money. Get me out of here."
If that was the case, I just wish Nora Knight turned around and said, "I hear the wardens escaped to the corpus. I hear the." But it's not. It's just it's.
No, if it was that ill-gotten gains he gained from abusing them prisoners, he took and spent it on corpus protection.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. But it doesn't make any sense.
I do think there might be something more about that in the future, because she did kind of have this weird cliffhanger line with she's like, "You'd figure with all this coming down on him, Garm would have been lost on the solar winds, gotten out of there. But why is he sticking around?" And I guess it's kind of tying into what's coming next, which, by the way, I know what's happening next in the story.
Is this NDA stuff?
No.
Oh. Is this you got a really fucking good guess stuff?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So, him going to Jupiter and upcoming with the new Jupiter tile set rework, and the fact that there's the new sentient amalgam enemies and all that amalgam stuff, he basically went to Jupiter and he's like, "Brah, I'm really mad and angry." And then he's going to be like, "Hey, yo, look at this cool helmet I found." this is pretty neat, and it's going to fix the one that I have that has a hole in it. And then he's going to put it on, and it's going to be a sentient friggin' amalgam helmet, and he's going to become super strong. And then there you go.
He's going to be strong chomp.
Yeah, he's going to have a sentient helmet in the next thing, and it's going to be like, oh boy, things just got real. Which, also, I think it's kind of weird that the corpus are like, yeah, let's put these things on our heads, guys. It's great.
Right.
What could go wrong?
Okay. Let's do the community... sorry, not the community responses. Let's do the replies of the topic.
We did one.
Okay, let's do more of the replies of the topic.
One reroll of an Elite Weekly will be a huge... One reroll of an Elite Weekly will be a huge for new players or players with less access to stuff like Profit Taker.
Oh,
Profit
I
Taker's
see
a
what
bit
they're
much.
saying.
Yeah. I don't know.
I also don't know. Because you don't need to do all of them.
Yeah, I skipped 3 of the 5,000 ones in the first 2 weeks. And I'm still on rank... I'm up to rank 17. I finished rank 17, so...
Yeah.
It's doable.
Yeah, but I'll point out that you also got the 12,000 from killing...
I'd still be on 16.
Yeah.
That would be fine. So, in theory, you need to get 3,000 a week to finish everything.
30,000.
You should be on rank 12. Sorry, 30. Yep. Yeah. You need to get to. You should be on rank 12 this week.
Right. Okay.
And maybe
And, like,
maybe if you didn't do as many last week or the last few weeks, you'll get lucky in the next few weeks and you'll get more. You know, so it should balance out.
And like, should a new player be able to get all the way to the Umbra Forma at the very end? I don't know.
I will say I'm not opposed to this reroll thing, because if I had an option, I would have bloody rerolled that 5 sortie one.
Yeah, I would have re-rolled the 1 hour no life support or the 1 hour Kuva. Not because it was hard, just because I don't trust Warframe on any mission over 20 minutes.
24 hours.
You guys are insane, because I have been dropped in like 30 plus minute missions before and lost everything so many times. It's like, if it's going over 30 or like 20-30 minutes, I start to get nervous and I'm like, okay guys, time to leave.
Yeah.
Regardless of whether or not I'm actually in any danger.
I don't know. I think for the planes and the Valis, it's pretty safe, even if you get a disconnect or anything. Because we after 6 hours, we got dropped, and in the weird thing with the stuck on the loading.
Yeah, but that was just a super weird glitch.
But we still kept all our stuff.
Yes.
Even though we fell into a super insanely weird glitch.
They say that, but and I know that's how it's supposed to work. Like, it saves every time you transition or you complete a bounty phase or you get a rare fish, but that's allegedly. And I'm just deathly afraid of it not working, because I know it wasn't working when it first was implemented, and so now I'm like worried to break again. I'm sure it works 100% fine, but doesn't feel good for me to do it.
Right, the last 2 are, why not have the old alerts available to do, but also have Nightwave alongside it?
No.
It kind of makes it pointless, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, look, there's an alert on the Earth for 3,200 credits, guys.
I'm sorry. The whole point of this new system is the fact that people didn't have the time to just at the beck and call, the drop of a hat. Oh, look, there's a Nightane alert. Right. It was a huge burden to be able to do, and this person saying like, oh, guarantee getting 1. I'm sorry, how many hours are you playing? I can't afford that. If I don't have a family to support or anything like that, I just have my hobby of doing the YouTube shenanigans. I can't just sit on Warframe all day. Freaking wish I could. I also have a job, but yeah. I'm trying to think of a card for this.
Oh, sorry, there's one last one.
Oh, sorry, keep going.
You can get 5 Nightane for 15 creds. Currently, you need over 116 Nightane to acquire everything that needs it. You need to spend 480 creds to get 116 Nightane. Since you get 300 creds On the way to level 30, it is impossible to get enough Natane for everything in the game in a single season. Supposedly every rank beyond 30 give nothing but creds, but who knows how much per rank.
Do you need all the things in the game? One season?
I'm sorry, big whoop-de fucking do.
Yeah.
Oh no, I can't get everything immediately. It was like the big problem of Christ, what was it? Having the Boltor Prime MR2, right? And it just completely demotivated anyone from.
Well, actually, hang on. That's like, let's go back in the old system here. Sorry to interrupt you on this, Drew. Let's say you got 1 Natane a day. I think that's pretty fair, right?
Yeah.
Now that's 7 a week.
Yeah.
And then a 10-week system for this Nightwave. That's only 70.
Yeah.
70 Natane in a 10-week period.
Yeah.
Whereas this will get you
100.
Yeah. Yeah, you need to spend 480 creds to get 160 Natane. Since you get 300 creds, so you'd get 300 creds. You get way more than 100.
No, you get 100.
Oh, exactly 100.
Yeah.
So that's still more. Like, and that's if you got 1 Natane every day. I mean, that's on average. So I assume some days you might get 2, but then you're definitely not going to get, unless you were devoted to Warframe insanely, that you got more than 1 a day per week on average. You logged in every day to get, let's say, 2 a day. So this gets you, in theory, more Natane on average in a 10-week period than you would have got before.
If you spend your wolf creds on nothing but Natane, but that might be their kind of concern. Like, why do I have to spend all my my wolf creds on only Natane? But still, at that point, I would still argue, what else are you going to spend it on?
Well, not only that,
the helmets.
It's your choice, right?
Yeah.
You can choose to spend on. You can't just go, oh, I want to play this. So I want to buy this video game, this video game, and this video game, which comes to 150 quid, but I only have 50 quid, right? I can't buy all 3. Congratulations! Welcome to the real fucking world! Right? You have to make a choice. If you don't want to make a choice, then, you're going to have a bit of a hard life later on.
Yeah.
Yeah, largely not an issue.
Yeah. Okay, you can't get it in 1 10-week period. There'll be the next one. I mean, there's always, it's going to keep going forever. It's not like it's limited, and it's ridiculous.
I'm wondering if we're going to get this topic again next season. Oh, I wasn't around to play the first season, and now I have to wait 2 seasons before I can get all the stuff.
Get enough Natane to get all the stuff.
Oh my god. Right. Okay. Trying to think of a topic. Sorry, a card for this one. So, Salad, if you aren't aware, I want to try and make cards for each topic.
Do you feel you get enough Natane from Nightwave?
Good question.
Yes. No.
Don't care.
Unsure.
What's Nightwave?
What's Natane?
Do you feel you can get enough Natane?
You get enough. Yeah. You forgot what? How many options you picked so far?
What?
How many options?
Salad was the one that was doing all the talking.
Okay. Because you forgot bonus duck.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Yes. No.
Bonus duck.
Unsure. Don't care. What's Nightwave? Bonus duck.
Okay, let us scroll up, put that in star, right? Okay. Okay, and let's move on to the next topic. Yeah.
Yeah.
What rank do you unlock Nightwave at? I forget.
It's unlockable? I thought you just had it.
That's weird. Do you have it from like the second you start, or does it have to come after the tutorial? Or?
I genuinely don't know, because obviously we're veteran players. Getting this stuff is, we just have it.
Pretty much. That's why I'm like confused, because that'd be weird if like, all right, we finished the tutorial. What should we do? And then Nora Knight's talking at you as like, Dreamers, the wolf is coming, and you're like, what is this?
That's a fair point.
I don't know. And then they start talking to you stuff about like Kuva survivals and Exploiter orb, and you're like, what the hell are those?
Nightwave can be accessed from I don't know if there's a prerequisite to...
Yeah, I'd love if you just got it out and it's like, dreamers, quick! Mine some fish! I know you don't mind fish.
I can't see a prerequisite anywhere.
That's really weird.
At least it's not on the wiki.
Yeah, well, I'm sure nobody's gone back to check.
Yeah. I mean,
well,
like, the alerts...
player experience is always last to remember.
Yeah, I mean, the alerts are... Oh, God. I think the only requirement to get access to the alerts is do War's Prize.
Yeah. They were just right there in the World State window once you were done. Unless they were alerts on hidden planets, I believe. They wouldn't show up.
Yeah. So if you didn't have access to the node, then it wouldn't appear.
Yeah.
Cool. Right, let's jump to the second topic. Enemy prefixes instead of scaling armor. I'm genuinely wondering if they're using the word prefix correctly.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure what they...
Yeah. My proposal is to swap the enemy armor system for one that uses prefixes on enemies to increase their difficulty and diversity. The idea is similar to varying prefixes for enemies that add additional abilities, vary size, health, damage, speed, statuses.
So like an Eximus unit?
I was going to say.
That are already in the game?
Yeah.
Sounds like it.
I would definitely say, as everything in this game does, we could use an Eximus 2.0.
Yeah.
I think the Eximus was a nice idea, and at first I was like, a bit disappointed. These supposed to be like mini bosses, but then over time I have actually really grown on me. That occasionally it's like, yeah, look, it's there's a frozen one, and there's the fire wave. It does kind of just break up the game flow a bit, but I think they could add some more different Eximuses.
They just need to buff a lot of the ones that are just so unnoticeable.
Well, sorry, I may have clicked the wrong button there.
Yeah, can you put that back, please? Control Z.
Yeah. There's a back button, you know.
Oh shit, there is.
Push one button. You know what? I just looked at these and went, these are rubbish, Drew. So go through what the suggestions they do.
Right. Okay. Okay. So some thoughts. Sergeant, as a prefix, can summon minions. Bombers use grenades frequently and explode while dying. Oh yeah, we fucking need death grenades. Awesome.
We already have enemies that do that.
Right. Prefix stolen technology can use things from other factions as a Grineer with shields and or aura of ancients and etc. Right. Tyrant has all your statuses improved, including your own size, speed of movement and actions, improved skills, and etc. Okay, so there's yeah, exactly. There's a lot of what going on right now. But from the sounds of it, what they want
are more Eximus units.
Is instead of more variation on Eximus units, but take away the armor scaling of enemies like the Grineer exclusively, and add this crazy Eximus. So every Grineer you will come across is an Eximus.
Well, first of all, I think there's an intellectual property issue here, because if a mob starts summoning minions, DE is just going to get copyrighted right away. Right away. It's just not going to.
So you have a Sergeant Grineer Lancer, right? A Sergeant Shield Lancer, a Sergeant Heavy Gunner, right?
Let alone the ability to summon minions is something that individual mobs have. Like you've got the Seekers,
Infested.
which drop rollers. No, yeah, the Infested.
And the Artificers and the weird other dudes that are like, "Kwachow, here are my memes," and they throw those little flying meme bots at you. You remember those guys?
I remember the Osprey that does that. The Leeching Osprey? Or do you mean the Corpus that puts down the little set square that summons robots?
Neither. There's a Corpus and Grineer Each group has one. They're like these big chunky dudes, and one summons little Caribus drones, and the other one summons memes. And they
memes, yeah.
They throw them at you.
Yeah.
What are you on about?
Here, let me. I want to say they're called data lists. Hold on. Yeah, data list. That's the corpus one. And artificers. And they summon 3 memes.
Memes. Nemes. Nemes, true. Nemes.
Memes.
Nemes. Nemes.
Memes.
I so want that.
So what's it called?
The data list.
Corp one's a data list. Grenier one's called the Artificer.
Hold on.
I remember the Grenier one.
I don't think I've looked at what the hell this thing is.
I've never seen an Artificer. He has a stug.
Yeah.
What are these guys exist? Artificer Grenier is introduced for the Operation Shadow Debt event, similar to data list Artificers. Oh, okay.
They were removed after the event for no reason. Much like the Night Watch enemies.
What? Why?
Because sometimes DE just likes to do that. Here's a new enemy. Okay, it's gone.
Yeah, it's not like I don't remember the great outcry. Grenier artificers were destroying everything, and they need to be removed.
Oh, they definitely were. They were strong. Yeah. They were really strong. But
if I remember correctly, in Rathum, these things would just freaking waste people with their Carabuses.
Yeah, the Caribus drones. They used to have a thing, if I remember right, with the Caribus and the memes, where if they suicide bombed you, it would hit you with like a modified magnetic proc, where it wouldn't drain all your energy, but it would like drain like 25 or so from you. So they were tough, but they weren't oppressive. I wish they brought them back. They were cool dudes. Look at him. He's got a stug.
He's got a stug!
And the Corpus one throws memes. What more do you want?
Cool, right.
But they were also they also got removed, did they?
But it's like this person is saying get rid of the armor scaling, right? And just replace it with more dudes. Like,
yeah, I think that's what they're saying. So like rather than any armor scaling, it's like every enemy has the same set of armor, but you also get these weird prefixes for everything, or is it just some enemies? I think I need a bit more clarification on the concept.
This wouldn't affect the Corpus. This wouldn't affect the Infested, right? This would only affect the Grenier, right?
Basically.
And, you know, so we have a bomber... Oh, crud, what's the name of a bomber heavy gunner. So this heavy gunner is shooting their Gorgon and throwing grenades everywhere. Right? Yeah. You know, and then you'll have a stolen technology bombard. Right? Honestly, I just don't feel this has been properly thought through. Like, hats off to them for trying to come up with something pretty damn original. But I really don't think this is the direction to go in. And if armor scaling is that big of a problem, Loz, you know what I'm gonna say.
No?
Were you paying attention to what I was saying?
Armor scaling, the problem.
Armor scaling.
Yeah,
I don't remember your go-to expression on armor scaling.
Oh yeah,
remove
you
armor
should.
Scaling.
I should?
Yeah, remove armor scaling by taking
corrosive projection.
Exactly, corrosive projection.
There you go.
Yeah. You can't have armor scaling if they have no armor.
I thought you meant for D to do something to fix it.
Oh no! Apologies. I meant the player. Yeah,
I'm not gonna fix it.
Just take fucking corrosive projection, for fuck's sake.
They said that. Didn't they say that they removed armor scaling and they replaced it with a different type of system? And they're like, "Nah, it's not fun."
I don't remember that.
I mean, only they know what kind of ungodly experiment they did behind closed doors, but I have a hard time imagining that how they could possibly make something less engaging than armor scaling.
I'm pretty sure, right? If like 25% of the player base just took corrosive projection and nothing else, right? All of a sudden, DE were like, oh, we need to nerf corrosive projection. Much like they did with infested impedance.
Yeah.
But you can actually get rid of the enemy's armor 100%, right? The Grineer just suddenly become not a challenge anymore.
Their whole thing is armor.
Yeah, so the whole point of the Grineer is to soak damage and pepper you with, I don't know, spitballs, right? Until you eventually go down. Yeah?
Yeah.
So you take away their ability to... Huh?
Basically.
Yeah. If you take away their ability to actually survive your bullets, then they're nothing. They are like the weakest enemy in the entire game, as long as you take corrosive projection. The Corpus aren't... The Corpus, you don't fucking stand still, because if they hit you, you're down. And the Infested, well, just fucking explode them or some shit. You got a bigger problem with fucking energy sapping shit. I can't remember what they're called.
I think we can all agree that this person's suggestions are in the right place, but would probably be better worded as, let's just get Eximus's 2.0.
Yeah.
More Eximus units, and rework some of the cooler ones. Because, like, Ice Eximus and Fire Eximus are neat. You know what they are. You see them. One shoots a big, giant, huge wave of fire. The other one's a big, giant snow globe. You can spot them from a million miles away. And they do something different to the fight. But, like, there's some weird ones in there that no one cares about. Like, when was the last time you like, oh, shit, Shield Eximus. Crap.
That's the thing?
Or, yeah, there's one that slightly increases the shield. Like, it works basically like a large-scale Shield Osprey, kind of. And then there's also Blitz Eximus, which is the most worthless one in the game. Its entire power is it runs up to you and does a ground pound. I think it has slightly modified melee damage. You know what I wish the Blitz Eximus had? I wish they were completely immune to melee damage. There you go. That'd be pretty darn strong. So and also they buffed anyone in their range to be, okay, not completely immune, but like 95% damage reduction to melee attacks. So if you got someone who's, you know, whipping around thinking they're the coolest thing in the world with Memeing Strike and like a Skoliak, and then all of a sudden they run up and they do like 10 damage to a group of enemies. Ah, hell. Now they have to do something different.
Yeah.
I think that would be pretty cool.
To be honest, the only thing I would really like is Parasitic Eximus to be telegraphed better.
Yeah, that's the biggest one. That's what we've been asking for that for how many years?
Forever.
At least 3.
Yeah. And it's not a case of like change them in any way. It's just telegraph them better because they hide so damn well. You know. Anyway. It doesn't
even need to be line of sight as much as I wish it would. It doesn't need to give you the energy back on kill as much as that would be cool. Just when they show up, do a little link line to them, like Trinity's link. Just bzoop. Then you can follow it and kill them.
Maybe it's a case of the closer you are to them, the more obvious the link line is. Yeah. Yeah.
And the higher the energy regen goes, instead of just starting at full scale, fuck you, your pool's gone.
Yeah.
Like it starts off at like maybe half an energy per second, and then once you get a little bit closer, it's 1 energy per second, and then it ramps all the way up to however ridiculous it actually is in game. I don't know.
Yeah. Should we go to the replies?
Sure. That's an interesting way to design enemies. You wouldn't want all enemies to be done to be that way, of course, otherwise enemies are just procedurally generated and don't have any defined types at all. A mixture would be preferable. Fair. Next one is, removing armor makes anything like this irrelevant. Enemies would be vaporized before they could even use their abilities or present the tiniest shred of a threat. Bigger enemies, easier to hit. Viral can instantly half health, can't damage anything if they're dead. Can't outrun a squad of Ignis wielders. Napalm already throw fireballs at you. There's already an infested that blow up if you don't melee them. What more would be out of the game? Not what is already there, but now easier to kill without scaling armor. Yeah, I mean, if the premise of this is to fix armor scaling, it's no. This doesn't do it at all.
This just avoids the problem entirely and just causes a bigger problem. Which is, people are going to go, I can now get to level 200 enemies and still sneeze in their general direction and they die.
Yeah, basically. Oh, Warframe. Really dug itself into a hole with the balance.
To be honest,
It'll get there.
So,
will it? I think we're past the point of no return.
Right. So I want to say it's like over a year ago now. Loz will remember this better than I.
I will?
Yeah, many dev streams ago, StallordD.
Many dev streams ago.
They showed off a update to Xmas where you had to shoot off different parts of the Xmas before you could start doing damage to them.
Yes, right? Infested Xmas units only, and they had magic crystals on their back that made them immune to damage.
Right. Obviously, there was a giant outcry from the community to not do this, which is why they never did it. Right?
Yeah.
How did you feel about it?
I liked the idea with some very specific restrictions. Because, like, if... what's it called? Ancient healer Xmas had magic crystals on their back that made them immune. That would just be a nightmare. So if healers couldn't get it... But you know what? If a runner got a magic crystal or a charger... Nothing's gonna hurt you. And then also, if maybe Energy Leech Xmas units didn't get that, because as we discussed, those things are already kind of fucked. So
yeah.
But I think that's fine. And then also they needed to, because they were showing off in the dev stream, the hit detection on those magic crystals was not great, and like you could be up there meleeing them and it wasn't hurting them, the crystals. So.
But it was. I really hate the fact that it didn't even let us get it as a. Even back then, it could have been a tactical alert for a weekend just to try it. It could have been, hey, let them actually finish the actual concept and give it a go. How about instead of being invulnerability, it was just damage reduction, and they have 5 crystals on them, blowing up. 4 crystals on them. Each crystal you blow up reduces their damage reduction by 25%. So. You just have to shoot off 2 crystals, and you're doing 50% damage to them, so they're tougher but not invincible. You know, there was things they could have done. Because I can appreciate that if you stick a crystal on like the small of the back, and it's really impossible to get around the back of a mob. But then again, we're not technically supposed to be playing the game solo. It really is supposed to be a team effort, and you just distract the mob, and then someone shoots it in the back. You know,
that's the timeless debate that will never. And should Warframe be enjoyable, or should it be viable solo, or how viable should it be?
Yeah.
Should you be forced to play in a group to take down the Eidolon? Should you be forced to, or have like top tier god Chroma to solo these things? Never, just timeless.
Timeless. We'll go on to the end of days. However, this topic won't, and we finished it now, and it's done, and it's.
Woo!
So I'm asking the card: should we get harder to kill new Xmas units?
How about we just make it clear Xmas 2.0, because then we can get 90% yeses.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, what does Xmas 2.0?
How about would you like new Xmas types?
That's one. I think if you're going specifically for the crystals, to be a bit more pointed at it, I would say, how do you feel about invincibility mechanics on standard enemies? Or, like, invincible phases on standard enemies kind of thing.
I think everyone would just, like...
Yeah, I think that's the reason why everyone goes...
Yeah, there you go. That's the reason.
Yeah. I mean, I can see that some of their ideas here. I mean, like the stolen technology one, really like it.
Yeah.
But the tyrant enemy, that's one of the things I don't really like about Warframe. I love the game, but you get to the point that it's the power fantasy bit, and you just mow down thousands upon thousands of enemies. But there's never an enemy that gives you pause really and goes, "Oh, we better quick jump away from the evil enemy." That does, you just kill them. Everything you kill, and that is true. That like they can't really. People, we haven't had to talk about it for ages, but people always used to say, "Oh, we need better AI, better AI." And it's like, well, the mobs literally get 2 seconds to react. Their life expectancy is 5 seconds, and that's if they decide to go into cover. Maybe so you don't notice them. You can't
they have some like pretty sophisticated AI maneuvers.
Yeah,
like if you let them live, like the shield lancers, if you let them live, they'll stack up in choke points, and then regular lancers will go behind them.
Yeah.
And then shoot, and like it's really clear. It's not just like, oh, they're told like vaguely, okay, go behind this guy. Like if you let them do that, they like become a single unit, and you can see them like pivot on a point. And like all enemies try to get inside Ice Eximus units. It's just the enemies we have are not built for the game they're in. They're built for Dark Sector. And rather than giving the enemies the power to kind of be on par with us, they were given the damage tankiness to endure it, but not really. So they're still playing a 3D, or not a 3D. They're still playing a third-person cover shooter from 2010, and they were just given 30,000% health so that they don't instantly die. Yeah, but
on line of sight. Yeah,
they're from a different game, and I think a lot of enemies need a rework. Like new enemies that come out are very clearly much stronger. Like the Terra enemies, those dudes like frustrated the hell out of players because they can actually put up a fight. They can, throw tons of movement displacement abilities. They can really close distances on you. They have huge shield tankiness. And, there's a bit of an annoyance factor there that's a bit excessive, but new enemies work. Old enemies need
not so much
help. They need help.
It annoys me because I've always noticed the fact you say that they didn't at first, but I think they added at some point when the people would hide behind shield lances. I think, wow, that's really cool. But the fact that punch through is so easy to get on this game, the shield lance shield doesn't. I mean, I can understand punch through as in I get to shoot through several dudes, but the shield lancer's shield should not be punch throughable. Or we have the equivalent of a shield lancer with a more empowered shield that can't be shot through. Because I remember when I first played the game, and you would have to aim for that little slit or outmaneuver them. And now we've got the maneuverability to easily outmaneuver them, but their shield is just made of nothing. They I don't know why they even bring it. Yeah. Some weapons have innate punch through now, and it's just like, oh well, a bow just goes right through it. It's like, no, hang on, what's the point of having this interesting mob that you have to be like, I should have to behave differently when it just goes, well, my shield. It might as well just put a billboard. Yeah, in front of it.
They should be
product placement,
like the size of a Nox, and then have a shield the size of Volt Shield that enemies can shoot through. Hey, you know what? Not even shoot through. Maybe they can only use it for positioning purposes. But
I just think even the idea that it's a very simple idea that there's a mob that you can't just shoot without thinking, and other enemies can hide behind it, protecting them. There we go. But punch through the widespread availability of it ruins a cool mechanic and all the effort that's gone into it. That would be a really interesting addition to the game. And just try.
Okay, so going back to the card, what I'm thinking is, should we have harder to kill Xmas 2.0?
Oh, go for it. There we go.
Loz, you're starting a thing.
What?
Also, I'm a psychopath. I didn't know.
Man, Loz, you look like you just
he wants to take a
jet
nap.
lagged to hell. He looks so dead.
Loz needs his nap.
I print screen that. Hold on.
Spread it all over Twitter.
Oh, joy.
Yeah. This is the commitment that the 10 o'clock hosts have for their guests.
Yeah.
Anyway. So, topic 3. Limbo is getting one shot through the rift by enemies who aren't in the rift. Thermia fractures are already annoying enough without the bug of Limbo getting killed at random while in the rift. Some enemies can shoot through into the rift. Some enemies can shoot through into the rift as if they are in it, but aren't. It's not only the that the mission isn't well designed, but also that something meant to work one way doesn't, and it makes this mission worse.
Yes. I don't like Limbo. No, I don't like Limbo. But I do think it's bullshit that his mechanic is just entirely circumvented because of bugs. I think someone once theorized, or someone once said that Limbo's Rift doesn't, like, check for, like, it doesn't automatically exclude things from it. Like, they have to manually say, this enemy can't shoot in the rift, or this interactable can't be interacted in the rift. And, like, that could just be 100% conjecture made up random crap. But, like, it would make sense, because I remember back in the day, like, certain command consoles were interactable, but others weren't while you were in the rift. So it would not surprise me at all if they just forgot to flag some of the enemies as, or worse, they forgot to flag the thermia fractures as being in the rift, and so things can still shoot them.
No,
it would not surprise me.
I think this is the point that the enemies are shooting the Limbo.
Yeah, no, this is saying there might be a fracture or type of enemy that's spawning specifically for the fracture that somehow has been listed differently, that then is not being ticked off as you can't shoot into the rift in some weird way. Yeah,
I think
it could be something like that. It does seem odd. I mean, it's just a bug.
Loz, can you sit back?
Just a bug. No, I want to.
Well, then move the microphone so it's closer. Jesus Christ, Loz.
Yeah.
I think it's a bug, but is this something to really lose sleep over?
Yeah, we should lose all the sleep. No, it's clearly just a bug. I mean, I don't know how you guys did your thermia fractures. I soloed them all with a frost. I wish I did Limbo. Limbo probably was a better choice, but if this was happening, it probably is one mob that's bugged. That's all. If it's something to do with the Valis or the fracture, you'd probably find that all the mobs will be able to shoot you in there.
Well, the big thing is that I was playing with other players that did take a Limbo. None of them complained about this.
Yeah.
So
because they were just so good.
It's possible that they were, as StallordD says, so good, but none of them raised the point. I don't know if a hotfix or the release of the exploiter ended up introducing a bug or whatever. I don't think this is something to lose your sleep over in the slightest, and I don't.
No, it's straight up. It's just an annoying bug. Warframe's full of them, and unfortunately, it currently happens to coincide with a rather boring and controversial event, and affects a frame that some people are quite passionately defensive over, even though he's absolutely horrible.
Well,
but
if say for example, right, this was me, and this event, you couldn't do anything with Oberon, right? The healing on Oberon just completely broke. Whenever...
I'd be still mad.
Huh?
I'd be mad, but I'd also be like, well, that's Warframe.
If this was me, I'd be like, okay, that's annoying as hell. I'll take Nova. I'll take Nidus. I'll take Nezha. I'll take Loki. I'll take something else, right? Something that I can be effective with, right? It sucks that I can't play the healer role because I don't have another healer that's as geared up as my Oberon.
Trinity.
But I wouldn't fucking lose any sleep over it.
What was the... Is this like a question? The like topic, or is it like a statement? Is he just like Limbo doesn't work, or is he like Limbo doesn't work because DE doesn't want him to work, or like what's the thesis statement for this?
I feel this is just a case of this is a thing. Let me just have a quick look at the actual. Right, so to read it out verbatim, the damn Thermia. Okay, the damn Thermia fractures. BS is already annoying enough, but now this bug, which makes Limbo get killed at random by Orb Valis enemies, is just so freaking annoying and frustrating. It is at random as what I could find out in my tests. Some shots of some enemies are able to ignore Limbo's passive and damage him. Some shots from some enemies are able to completely ignore the Cataclysm and damage you or the defense object. I'm not complaining. Sorry, I think you are. Right? I'm not complaining just because I'm sick and tired of that horrible design mission, but also because Limbo is my most played Warframe anyways. 4 hotfixes and still nothing regarding Limbo.
Okay. Well, in that case, the response to that I have is a lot simpler. It's Warframes has a lot of bugs. Report the bug. It might get fixed fast. It might get fixed slow. Pick another Warframe. That's what are you gonna do? They know about it. Everyone's brought it up to them. There's no point in like like you said, losing more sleep on it. Just it sucks. Bring another frame, I guess. That's all we can do.
I mean, a big question I have is this actually a bug? Right?
Yeah, of course.
Well, no, I mean, like, you got to think about it. The enemies on the Valis, they are a lot harder in things like the. I know this is not specifically the or Valis, but Scrambus and Comba that they use to turn off specific abilities and things like that. You know.
Yeah.
So why isn't there a enemy type in the Valis that is used to negate abilities? I remember seeing time and time again when doing the 24 hours with Loz and Joey that my heal had turned off, but the armor buff was still there. And I'm like, how the hell did that get turned off?
Sounds like a bug.
To be honest, it sounds like an enemy did it.
The only enemies aside from nullifiers that can nullify, well, like the Valis specific enemy nullifiers are the Jackals are immune to power targeting while from the front while they're doing their shield move, if I remember correctly, and Ketas are immune to all power targeting, and I think also powers themselves while they have shields at all. That's it. I don't think there's anything aside from Scrambuses and Combas that do direct targeted single removal of buffs. That would be weird. That'd be really weird. It might be that the also coolant arachnoids. They're immune to powers too.
Are they?
Yeah.
I'm not surprised.
Yeah, it's really annoying. They also don't drop energy orbs, which is even more annoying, because I'd like to be able to use my powers during the Exploiter Orb fight. I don't care if she's immune to them, that's fine, she's a boss. I don't even really care if they're immune to them. I just would like to throw out some fireballs and some magic grass every now and then, make me feel like I'm playing the game instead of one of those basketball mini games at the arcade.
Sounds like you need rage.
I do have rage, but nothing in that fight hurts me.
What?
Like, I play Oberon, and I run out of energy all the time because nothing's hitting me. And I have a build that's focused on, like, I have 75 shields and a 300 health. And I'm just sitting there with no energy and max shields the entire time. I'm like, this sucks. She never hits me.
Take a Oh god, extinguished key? No, not extinguished. Decaying. Decaying key.
Decaying.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the meta, by the way.
Yeah, I'm not surprised.
Well, that's my meta. Letting you in on a secret.
Well, I thought of it. I thought of it before you. No, I'm joking. Anyway,
I bring it so that all the people are like, why are you wearing? Are you supposed to be wearing the decaying key? And I'm like, oh, whoops. Guess we're gonna have a hard time.
Lies. Right. Okay. I don't really think there's anything to really discuss on this. Yeah, it's a bug. They'll get to it.
Right, so I'm surprised. The BoyAllistor in general has this issue where certain abilities are disregarded, and that isn't a minor issue, it's a major oversight.
Yeah.
Like what
I've
ability?
not found that for too many abilities, yeah.
I think they're just talking about, in general, a lot of the BoyAllistor enemies have not the immunity to powers like I was talking about, but like they have mobility buffs to themselves that ignore CC. Like I think the like if the MDRLOz, I believe, I can't remember which one it is, but one of them does this thing where they tether onto you, and while they're tethered onto you and coming at you, they're immune to any displacement things.
Is that like the Scorpion one? That it lashes onto you and just goes hurtling towards you and whacks you.
Comes hurtling at you. And also, something I found out that's awesome about those dudes is the longer they're tethered to you, the more damage they do when they finally catch up.
Ooh,
and
really?
they will not let go. I once got into an Arcwing while one of them was on me. And he followed me into the sky for a while. And I'm like, oh, this is cute. This is fun. And then he just one-shot me so hard. But I think they're, and like when the trencher dudes do their like super speed dash at you, they can't be slowed or whatnot. But I'm not entirely sure.
To be honest, I'd much rather that than the sort of random crap we have with... Oh, Christ, what's the name of the bloody things? You know, when we're slowed down and, you know, we jump through the air and we're not just, like, falling. Like, we are somehow affecting gravity while we have this frost debuff on us.
I forgot if I told you guys this, but that's because the evolution engine does slow effects by slowing not like ground movement, it like straight up slows time.
Yeah. So
like if you ever get hit with an ice proc and you have a focus buff active, you'll notice that the focus buff also slows. So So like if you ever want to do like some super meta farming and you're in the void with a focus buff, just stand on one of the ice tiles and it'll last like twice as long.
That's hilarious.
But yeah, I first kind of figured that out when I was playing The Amazing Eternals, because in that game there were card cooldowns, right?
Yeah.
And they had like timers on them, and I noticed that. So there was a guy in there, Ray. He had a beam that shot you with ice, and oh, you're slow. But it also slowed down all your ability cooldowns.
Oh.
And so it was ridiculously overpowered. And that's when I realized, oh, they just like change the time scale on the player. They don't actually slow your movement. It's weird.
I'd like it if they actually addressed that, but you know,
that would probably require a massive like change to how their engine works.
I don't know, because like you would just say like, no, you might be right actually.
Yeah, right. I don't think they can. Yeah, I don't know.
Who knows?
It's a weird game.
Yeah.
But that's why we love it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Next one.
Yep.
Worse than that, some of it is intentional. Worse than that, it's really hard to tell which instances are intentional, which are bugs/oversight.
That's very fair. Sometimes it is hard to tell.
I think the big thing is that you just need to bring it to DE's attention, and if enough people bring it to DE's attention, they'll bring it up in something like a dev stream and turn around and say, "Hey, this is intentional."
Hey-oh.
Hey-oh. and you know that's how the enemy is supposed to work. I mean, check the wiki for a start. You never know.
Well, I mean, the wiki doesn't know either. They might be like, hey, so he's immune to this ability while he's doing this. And, like, that may be factual, but it might not be intended. Because sometimes a lot of weird stuff happens in video games, especially ones in the evolution engine. And things might just fall through the cracks. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if, like, Grineer Hellion units, when they do their, when they do their little jumpy jump, they go through, like, the ceiling, just because they're not going on, like, an arc to get where they're going. They're just going, so, like, they target a point, and then they go there after doing an animation. They don't do an arc and then land.
Oh.
Okay. So, like, if you ever watch Hellion units in, like, Galleon tile sets or places with low roofs, they just, when they do their reposition jump, they just go straight through the roof and then come down wherever they wanted to land, because they're not moving, per se. They're just like, okay, I want to be at this point, and then they play out an animation, and their model moves during that animation and then goes there. It's a bunch of weird little thingies like that wouldn't surprise me at all if DE just forgot, or if maybe the system didn't allow, where it's like, okay, while the Embatter Moa is throwing out his tons of orbs, or while the Trencher's doing his dash attack, they're playing an animation, and for whatever reason that animation makes them invincible or immune to powers or what have you, just because of maybe they forgot to tick a box during the properties of that ability or whatever.
Like, it's really interesting, because there's one, like, I think there's one enemy that has never really been fully realized or fully done right since its release, and that's the Grineer Manix. Like, the idea was that when you did enough damage to them, they teleported, but they don't, right?
They just turn invisible and invincible, yeah.
They turn invisible, they turn invincible, and then if you mark them with molecular prime, you can see the particle effect.
Or radial blind, you can see the blind effect.
You can see the you see the effect floating through the air. It's hilarious. Yeah. But worse still, now they don't even go invisible. They just go through the air. Yeah, it's like, I don't know if they fixed it, but I noticed it a while ago. They just float through the air now. I'm like, I really wish, though, they would make it so that when they go invisible, they remove the CC effects and everything like that, because like, it would actually make their fight dealing with a Manic so much faster.
I think the reason they're visible is because, again, just completely guessing from how I know, or how I think the engine works. I think when they take enough damage, their health stops, and then they're told to, like, turn invisible and then turn visible again really quickly to, like, make it look like they're, blinking in and out of position.
Yeah.
But, like, they're still being hit, so, like, it's confusing their, like, script. So they're like, okay, well, I turned invisible and then turned uninvisible a bunch, but I was hit during all those times, so I stayed in place. But, I still have to move around, and so then they start moving around, but after they've done the teleports animations, it's weird.
My favourite two animation errors are still the Grineer Commanders when they teleport you, and they
T-pose!
T-pose to fit their size, and then the execution animations when you walk up behind a giant Grineer heavy gunner that's the Warden, and then you do an animation and it shrinks down size. It's like, oh no, I've been shrunk because you're behind me.
I can't remember. Does the Kubro shrink them down, or does the Kubro grow in size?
Kubro grows.
Yeah.
Chargers also grow, I believe, when you do assassinations on them, but no one knows because the assassinations on them are super rare. Ratels grow, that's the one, because they're technically rigged with quadruped animation sets.
Yeah.
So
Right.
when you go up to do it to him, it's like, okay, take the size of a charger, and so now you have a really big Rattel.
Time to die.
I want a pet Rattel.
Lol.
Oh, that's so cool.
They're so cute.
Why I don't get why we can't have. They gave us mowers, and I don't like the mowers they gave us. They're just.
I don't either.
It's
They're
like,
dumpy.
finally mowers, and it's like these aren't mowers. These need to be put down. Sorry. Just smash them up.
It also kind of frustrates me how, like, I'm not sure if he was joking, but I mean, clearly not. They changed it so that the head is on the wrong place on the MOA. Now it's on top, where the gun normally is on the MOAs, where the head's in reality not that gun on top. It's the little tiny
thing at the front.
Like, yeah, it's this little tiny like bird-looking face with these little antennas on it. Yeah. It's
Which means
cute.
technically they're not mowers anymore because
Yeah.
their heads are in completely the wrong place. It's like, yeah, it's just.
They're just these weird, horrible, jury-rigged things that some hobo in.
Maybe that's what makes them friendly. You know, they correct their posture, and then they're happy. They're not in pain and suffering anymore.
They get lobotomized and their head shoved where their back's supposed to be, and that makes them good now, right? So they're mutilated, poor beings.
Robo chickens. Yep.
Yeah.
Old Moas were so much cuter because I love the idea that they're just these weird, lanky dudes, and then they're like, "Okay, here's a gun on your head," and then they're just so happy to shoot you. They're running around with these big, goofy guns on top of them. They're adorable.
Yeah. I personally think it's that bloody top hat one. They put the top hat one. Like, oh, but a gun. It's like that's where that's where the gun goes. Yeah, but we put a hat on it. Yep. Yeah, but that's where the gun goes. No, it's a hat now.
I get.
Why?
Yeah, you're right. It was probably just an excuse to have the top hat.
I remember. Oh god, what was it? They introduced like a pair of legs to the mower, and it's just like it has. It looks like really big, beefy Metal Gear Rex legs, and then they put little toe pads on it. It's just like, get them off, break them off.
Oh, the chunky one, the one that's supposed to be the riot mower sort of thing.
Yeah, and it's got little toe pads at the bottom.
Oh,
it just ruins it. You ruins it. Anyway, cool. Are we done with the replies?
Sometime, I don't know. Some enemy types are immune to abilities, but that immunity isn't necessarily consistent. But anyways, what I'm saying is that some of them may be immune to the rift via being immune to the effects of abilities. I'm not sure on those mobs, and then we'll just do the last one to get it done. Limbo's problem is just the most consistent. Every large update, enemies start randomly ignoring mechanics again, while Limbo has to follow the rules. Gara's Splinter Storm is getting ignored at random as well, and Mass Vitrify, I've had enemies walk right through the wall long after it stops spreading.
Yeah. That's like just lag. Host lag, it's a buggy game.
Is that a limitation on the engine more than anything else?
It's a buggy game. What are you going to do?
Because I remember, oh god, was it the Bastille augment that prevented enemies from walking into it when the Bastille was full.
Yeah, that never worked. I don't think it works still. After they said it works, I still don't think it works.
The number of times enemies would just rubber band back out of the actual Bastille was just insane.
Yeah, fortunately, I think Warframe's the type of game where things are never so tense and dire down to the like bitter cold edge that one enemy slipping through your ability is the end of the world. It's just that's annoying, and then go about your day.
Yeah.
So it's Warframe's a buggy game. They have a lot of bugs to fix. Some of them are annoying to deal with, but that's just what you got to do.
Yeah.
I've just gone to look at the daily special for the mowers, and it's the one with the gun. It's like a big pointy gun. I'm just thinking rude things about mowers now.
Cool.
Sorry. Like, where is that gun? If the head's at the top, and it's at the front between the legs, I'm just saying. I am. Yeah, they ruined them. They really ruined Mo's. Just put top hats in, didn't they?
Yeah. Gotta get that meme magic. MWAM Warframe. I love MWAM.
M1?
MWAM. Yeah, there he is. My boy. Hold on, let me link it in Discord. Look at this boy. I love him.
What the fuck?
He knows what he has to do. And it's kill real hard with that thing on his head.
Hold on.
I like that you said earlier, yeah, you said that there's this lanky thing. Put a gun on top, but obviously it's a little gun. Whereas this one, they were like, I'm just going to slap a Galaxy under the top of this. A Galaxy.
I want to see a Moa with an Optocore on its head. Or a Penta.
Oh, got a Pentamob.
Where the fuck? Oh, these are in the index.
Dual Pentas.
What's that gun? One of the new Corpus units has that people are calling the Planka now. It's a Lanka with a Penta attached to the end of it.
What?
Yeah. So D reuses models a lot, which is smart.
Yeah.
But one of the new Corpus dudes, I forget their name.
By the way, it lists for the M1. It can have a Penta on top of it.
Yeah.
Oh, I think not that it has a Penta, but that it will fire Penta projectiles.
Ah.
Oh,
because I think it always has the Galaxy.
Oh, that's a little bit of a shame. I would have hoped it would actually have different ones at different times.
That would be awesome.
M1's weapons often appear do not correctly align with the center of the weapon mount, having no visible mount. Some animations used. This is likely due to the weapon models not being intended to be used with the Moa frame and are copies of their handheld variants. They literally just strap the gun to the top of the thing.
Oh.
I mean, the sensible thing would have been to put like a box and then like have a gap in the box to hide the joint between the Moa and the model of the gun, and then just have that cover it. But no, they just pink.
Don't die.
We're good.
So.
Oh, here it is. Oh yeah, you keep talking.
So just quickly, I'm thinking for the fourth card, have you experienced issues similar as the OP? I'm going to put that as to the OP.
That mob exists?
What mob?
Bruh.
That mob looks amazing.
Yeah.
I've never seen those.
Yeah, they're assassination bounty targets.
I don't know if I've ever seen an assassination bounty.
See, this is kind of what I wanted with kit guns, like this. Like, let's do an underslung thing on this rifle. There we go.
The other two aren't as interesting. They have just a Supra, and they have some weird crap on their back. But he's got a new gun, and I want that.
What is that?
It's a Lanka with a Penta attached to the bottom of it. Straight up.
Jeez. Anyway, so how does that sound as a card, Loz?
What was it?
Have you experienced issues similar to the original post?
Yeah.
Yeah? Because personally, I can't say I have.
Well, yeah. Or have you experienced problems with what's the event called?
Limbo.
No, yeah, the event's called Limbo. No, it's Buried Debt.
Buried Debts, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so have you experienced issues similar to during? I don't know if I'm gonna have enough room for this. Buried Debts. Yeah. Cool. Yep. Off. Right. I think we're done for the topics.
Sorry, I'm just clicking through Moas here, and I would forgive the top hat if there was some other interesting heads, and there's just not.
Yeah.
They ruined Moas. They really did.
Just put a top hat on the gun. That was the whole joke. That's why it was funny.
Yeah. So they had to put the bow tie in on the gun as well, on the front.
hey, you could put it right underneath the little head. It would work.
Yeah, that ruins it. Anyway, right.
DE ruined MOAs.
Yeah, we said about Gareth with Swamp. Yep, so that's the topic done.
Right, should we
And then
move on to frame review?
Oh yes. Let's go. Right, where's my list? Let's get this. Into the Discords. Let's look at them. It's time for the memes. Will cheer me up. Memes will get me good again. Right.
Uh-oh.
Right.
They're loading.
Are we ready for the first one?
Yeah, they won't all load into Discord, so you want to click the links.
Yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't really work. Right, so the first one
It's
is a low-effort meme from Tobiah. I was waiting for some of this last week and it didn't come in time, but it's like Rev at the end of DevStream 125. Let me leave! Let me leave!
Poor Rebecca, she was so sick.
She was so sick last week.
As she did.
Steve,
prime
I'm
time.
dying. I know, hold on, look at him. Look at the chunky boy. Steve. And Steve was just laughing.
No.
Steve's like, oh, he's my friend. And Reb's just, like, fading in the corner. Oh.
There we go. So that's the first meme.
Hold on. Sorry, pouring a drink. Yeah, okay, next meme.
Next meme. Now, next to me. Now, I wanted to get this in somewhere, and finally we've got the Chad versus Virgin meme frame. So this is from Poor Caretaker. I like this new fight. So if people aren't aware of this new meme format, you have a weaker virgin person, and it gives you all the nasty things about why they're weak, and then the Chad version. And if you didn't know it, the shape of the Chad head is actually the shape of the country Chad.
What?
Yeah,
That's
hang on.
good.
Let me find a map, Chad. Let me just,
I didn't know that.
Just to prove you guys that I'm not lying. Copy image address.
There you
Just to put out to you guys. There you go. That's Chad. Now the meme is that's why. Yeah. Okay. They've actually changed that. They're supposed to have the quiff for the hair, but they've taken it off on this. Anyway. So you've got the Prophet Taker fight, 4 tiring phases, only are relics and some kind of unit resource. Relics on corpus to protect it, needs meta builds to be easier, just sits idly on the labs, its design is based on sensor technology. Rubbish fight. The Chad Exploiter. Only 2 phases, reward you with rare minerals, fish, high quality toroids. Such a good mom that can help her children, that her children can help her. Actively protects Templar Prophet. You can do it using any frame, 100% glorious corpus engineering.
Yeah,
and it's
that part's wrong.
I assume. Yeah, I thought that was wrong. Something sentient, like the AI.
Yeah, sentient hybrid AI.
Yeah.
Loremaster stream. That's why you bring me on.
Yep.
Indeed. That's a title.
To double check your memes.
That's minus points for that meme. That loses some points.
Sorry, what you call it? The subtitle is, what was it? Loremaster stream.
Loremaster stream.
No.
There we go. Hey, you
we should have you and Zale on at the same time. Then we can have like a Loremaster.
I can organise that.
Do you think we could do like a? Do you think we? Do you know? What's it? Is it Mastermind? You know when they sit in the do, and they sit in the chair and they get questions asked.
So what? Come up with really obscure lore.
Yeah.
Okay.
We'll have to do this anyway. Next meme. So on to meme number 3. Yeah, they lose points for 100% glorious corpus engineering. Fail. Right. Number no.
What?
My feeling when you have no friends to play with and you still need a week to max Solaris United to participate in Prophet Taker. This is Lochte McFlotty 5 days ago.
Right.
Because it is. This is. I think it's a bit much. Seeing as the Prophet Taker fight is locked behind a rep.
Yeah.
And seeing as they extended the Exploiter fight to the end of this week, why didn't they just make this do Exploiter with a friend? I in fact thought this was do Exploiter with a friend when I first saw it, and then went, oh wait, it's Prophet Taker.
Yeah.
That cat is so sad.
It's Cry Cat.
He's a cry cat. So sad. Right, number 4. Next meme. High endurance. This one got in because of the upvotes. Is why I went for it. Okay, this is from Loga MC. Chonky looking a Nissan. Health 225 at rank 30. Slender Shotokun. Health at 375 at rank 30. It's a fair point here. Yeah,
that part.
I think you got to take into consideration the armor at this point as well.
She has like not.
She has 300.
300 armor. How much does Naja have?
More than likely less.
Warframe.
Hold on. You want to look up Naja? I'll look up Hildren.
You can just put it in list. You just go Warframe comparison, and it puts all the Warframes in a big list for you.
Oh,
I could then not click on the ability.
Fucking da.
Hildren 300.
Naja 175.
Yeah, there you go.
Now do an effective health calculator and find out which one is more.
Let's see that. Yeah. Right. Anyway, so moving on. Anyway, that is meme number 4. Fair point. Moving on to meme number 5. I made this in 2 minutes.
What?
Do you not know what the difference is?
Wait, does the size indicate the color?
Yes, it does.
I didn't know that!
Amber, Iot, and Stars have a larger blob in the middle. The smaller ones are for the cyans. Yeah. So you can just easily tell from the waypoint mark. I
didn't know that at all.
So yeah, I made this in 2 minutes from Raptor Soldier. Side to Cyan Star, I sleep. Amber Star, real shit. Right, next move on to meme number 1, 2, 3, 4, 6. Okay, I didn't get this one. It got in through upvotes. It's a JoJo reference. I don't understand it, but it's there. So, what's that? Mentho Lakendi? As long as you have strong teammates. So, Stalker being beat up by a Mesa and a Rhino, level 2. And then the level, I don't know who this character is, level 0 joins in the stomping on Stalker. I don't know. Doesn't make sense to me.
Well, I haven't actually started watching this season, so now because of this, I'm gonna have to.
Good, and then you'll explain the meme, because I don't get the meme. Moving on to number 7.
I can only assume that character is weak and pathetic, but yeah. Anyway, moving on.
I subbed this one in at the last minute, because I felt we didn't have a... Well...
Because we didn't have a what?
A Marvel meme. Yeah. Gotta have your Thanos memes. So, for those people who don't know...
I've been muted for some time, that's neat.
Oh! I was like, he's not commenting on the... They're clearly
God, I've been muted for so long!
You want to go back?
That's a good that's a good JoJo meme.
Oh, is it? Right.
Have you seen that season of JoJo's?
Heck yeah, I have. That's a Bakio, and he's not weak.
Okay.
Okay.
I'll have to... So does it make sense?
Yeah. Yeah, so... Alright, I can explain the joke, or if you'd like. Or no, go to the next one, I'll find a clip of it.
Okay.
Okay. So the next one is a Thanos reference of the "What did you do? It cost everything" from Frosty Chica, and I looked at this weekend. There's from Barracuda.
Is this a Barrow
you can buy some bits, these little Barrow bits for I think it's like sentient
2,000
Sentinels.
Yeah.
Kavat bit.
They cost. Oh, is it Kavat? Is it Kavat? They cost a lot. So what did it cost? Everything. So they're literally, I think they just Oh, let's have a quick look at this.
We're going to have a quick look at this.
It's 28 seconds.
If you don't understand your JoJo memes, what's the point?
What the heck?
This is JoJo.
This is JoJo.
Hooray! 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 Oh, I see. Okay, so just the poor Stalker would be unconscious at this point. Right, I get it. Okay. Cool. So yeah, there we go. What did it cost? Everything, all of the ducat.
Wait, I don't get the reference then.
For what?
For number 6. If you got
the level 30 Mesa and the level 30 Rhino are going to easily knock out the Stalker.
Yeah.
Easily. And then the level 0 Excalibur just joins in at the last.
Oh, no.
As long as you have stream teammates.
Yeah. Okay. So I thought there was some sort of hidden layer to this, which, okay, fine.
No. Don't ever think too hard about JoJo memes.
Well, no, it's just from what Loz said, and it was just like, oh no, it means something else. And I'm like, okay, I misheard.
Well,
Loz.
I think you thought too deeper. Like, you just need to get
it's just dude wailing on the thing. Right, okay, moving on.
Quick, look at the next one. It's got Vehex face on Earth.
Is this 8 or 9?
Yeah.
What the hell?
Why are these fools still breathing? I have no idea how it's been done, but by Yellow Booze, and it's just ridiculous. It's Nidus pressing for intensive. Okay, yeah. What the heck? No way. So when is Frock going to feel as long as hex? Yeah, so this just I don't know. It's just upvotes again. Mad.
He got out of his orbiter and put the glyph over the planet skybox.
Oh! Right. Moving on.
That's how they did. That's some clever instincts. No. Right. Next one. Working my way through the solar system, I'm starting to think we're the baddies. Congratulations, you are being rescued. Please do not resist. From Shit's MCD. Now, this is something that I've always felt that they don't seem to prioritize too much on. And it's kind of fallen to the wayside because we help everyone easily, whereas back in the day it used to be like, are we really the good guys here?
Yeah, back when it was ambiguous. I miss those days.
I miss them too.
Yep.
Moving on to number 10. From that guy Zero. Try and change my mind. Nora is way more than annoying than Nora. Change my mind.
Yep, I'm sat right there next to them.
I would not be able to change their mind at all. Yep.
I don't want my mind changed.
Is a cornucopia, friends. A movable feast. Take it when and where you find it. Man, her lines are weird.
What was it like?
My favorite one is always the once and future badass.
Sprays
just
Glyph.
bullet jumped 150 times.
Yeah.
Future badass.
Shakes a hand. Once and future badass.
I've just marked.
Are you watching Dreamers?
On the floor. Yeah.
One of our own feels they are the equal of the enemy, and baby, they are showing it.
Oh god, she just needs.
I marked 5 things on the floor.
I waved at my friend. Hi.
See, I can appreciate they have to put simple things in, and they this sort of an over narrative thing that they're going to use for all the different night waves, and night waves always be there. But I feel like maybe it would have been better if it was Teshin, because Teshin, it makes sense if Teshin wanted you to do all these weird things. Like, you know, oh yes, I must know that you can bullet jump well. Good, you bullet jump well. This is good Teshin training. You know,
you must prove you are the equal of the enemy. Exactly,
yeah, that kind of stuff. But like for Nora and I to be like saying these things like, I caught some fish, the once and future badass.
Actually, to be fair, I would prefer it if she didn't say anything for the 1,000 ones and maybe the 3,000 ones. Because, like, doing 5 sorties in a week, I can appreciate. Doing the Profit Taker, I can appreciate. Doing a dance, no.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Number 11. On to number 11. Relatable? Wow. Relatable, I assume that's supposed to be. From the Lazy Umbra. Her. I bet he's thinking about other women. Him. I need to be the first to reach the exploiter orb, or else I die.
I assume that it's like when for the cutscenes.
Yeah.
I assume, yeah.
It's always a mad dash.
It is, isn't it?
I want to be the cool one. I want to do it.
I always try to come up with something whenever I'm playing with other people, like, I want to play Sonic and Knuckles! I want to play... I'm just like... Don't forget
I just loved how it would bug, because we did it so much. The point that we were just invisibly pulling out nothing. Or the other time where it just fell out because we were invisible. So it's like, awesome. Damn, these corpus robots, they're just falling apart.
Oh god, the one where it twists its own neck and it just falls out.
Yeah, it pulled its own head off.
I really don't like how the head's, like, amorphous. Like, why is it so gooey. I don't like it. It's
Flexible
gross.
metal. Right.
I guess.
Last part one. Number 12.
Last one. Now, you probably actually won't be able to see this on the actual image and the one we've linked, but it actually is a... If you are on the Reddit page, if you click it, it's actually a little video, and it's supposed to play on repeat, where the Neja just keeps doing circles back and forward on the grinding on the metal board.
Right.
So it's Stefano, I see him! What's he doing? And then it's just
him
on a
grinding
K-drive,
backwards.
grinding backwards and forwards, just continuously just doing spins. It's like all these dead corpses around him. It's like, oh, he's over there, Nifanya, and it's just grinding rap.
That's awesome.
Do you remember the Plains of Eidolon one?
No?
Oh my gosh. Okay, hold on.
Is this the one where he's like lying on his halo as the halo spinning?
No, it's where the... Oh yeah, okay, I found it. super old classic. It just gotta unlock it because it takes forever to save the image and then download it and then post it in Discord and... Okay, there we go. Beep. Boop. It's uploading.
Clearly that Neja is waiting for Nora Knight to come along and shout the once and future badass. Oh, I think I've seen this one before.
Captain, you see this yet?
Yeah.
Call back.
Yeah, no, I've seen it. Yeah, no, I've seen that one before. That's awesome.
That is brilliant. Right, that's it for the memes. Let's go on to the community shoutouts for the week. Xeno.
Cool, and we'll make that one a bonus meme. Stallard, are you able to find the source for that?
Yeah, hold on. Let me go back to it. It's old.
Yeah, if you can find the source for that, then we'll make it a bonus one as well.
Meh.
You unlock Nightwave Web. Found old meme. The once and future bad.
Cool. Loz, can you add it to the list?
It will be.
Right, so community shoutouts. Can you give them to Stallard, please?
Sorry, hang on. I had to say it. Bonus meme. There we go. We had to say that. Right, back to those. I will do them as I'll save that on the thing, and then I will do them as we go. I've had to paste them all. Copy. No, they're not memes. The community shoutout time.
Oh. Ooh.
Right. So the first community shoutout. It's a comic strip, so people will need to actually go and check it out. It's The New War by Zilftree. Yeah.
Am I supposed to read it?
Yeah, go read it.
Yeah. Oh. Good news, Tenno. Now we will be able to use conservation technology on Eidolon birds. Oh, there we go. Now poor creatures will be saved from extinct... Twitter?
No. Twitter won't load that second page for me, yeah.
Really?
Just imagine flocks of birds flying freely, and then it shows Nata very upset.
The New War.
Now poor creatures will be saved from extinction. Maybe you will even be able to increase the number of them. Just imagine flocks of birds flying freely. And then Nata's like, stop this. Okay, fair enough. Good joke there.
Ooh.
Oh, I love the first reply to that is from the actual Warframe account saying, wait, how did you steal our script?
Yep. Right. The second community shout out is this unbelievable Sarin Prime versus Kuva Guardian by Christopher, I don't know how you pronounce this last name.
Not Bush.
There you go. So these are actual two sculpted statues.
I want like 7 million different angles and a spinnable 3D model to look. You can do when those are the 360 pictures.
Yeah.
Why can't I have this? I want.
First off, that's on Twitter, right?
I know, but I want this. It's not an excuse.
Maybe they have it on their website or something like that, or maybe it's on another Twitter. There's a Twitter video or something. But yeah, it looks absolutely fantastic. I knew about the Kuva Guardian. I did not know about the Sarin Prime.
That's really
awesome.
cool.
Yep.
Yeah.
I want that Kuva Guardian. That looks slick.
I had a look at their other sculptures and to see how expensive they were. They are freaking steep. But the thing is, these are all handmade.
Yeah.
So.
How steep we talking? Because I collect figures and I've spent some irresponsible quantities of money on them.
Some of them were like $600 odd.
That's not that bad. That's really not that bad.
I'm now going to go to the third community shout out, which is this Incubus Loki by Heim.
Yep. Fame answer.
I think you can just order from his website. Sorry, I was just going on the website. Incubus Loki. Yep.
I was like, yep, that's the thing. I'm still looking for stuff.
Alright, cool. Nice art, dude, whatever.
Yeah, statue.
Good art, yeah.
Statue.
Yep. I was shot at the statue. There's more pictures, and I'm like, Anyway, this is cool. Is that helmet in game?
What, the Incubus? Yeah.
On the Starin? Oh, the Incubus.
Wait,
Incubus. Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, that's I want to say it's one of the first Tenno Gen helmets.
It's part of the full skin, yeah.
Yeah.
No.
And those are the Naburus armor, and I think that's definitely a Tenno Gen Siandana, because I don't think Warframe would put something that ridiculous.
Oh yeah, no, that's very Tenno.
Man, the Tenno Gen skins are a little much for me. The Siandanas are.
Yep. The fourth community shout out is this Sarin Prime by MDRLOz.
Sorry, I just want to go back to the Incubus thing. Not to complain, but the horns are very different on the actual helmet versus there. They're a lot longer on the in-game model.
Well, God, guess they better redo the art now.
It's unacceptable!
Anyway, moving on. Sarin Prime by MDRLOz.
Yep.
Yos. Still don't know if I'm pronouncing that name correctly. I'm trying.
Yeah, no, Leos is what I would guess.
I actually asked them and said, like, you know, could you like, your stuff is always on the show. It's brilliant. Please confirm how you pronounce your name.
Ha. It's pretty.
Amazing.
That's some dang good brushwork.
Yeah, absolutely gorgeous.
Yep.
The fifth community shout out is this Hydroid made frame.
Oh dear.
By Viper.
Ugh. Oh no.
You love it.
I don't know if love would be. Man, why do all the Warframes gotta be put in maid outfits? But I guess that answers its own question, huh?
Sadly, it does. Doesn't it?
Hildren SFM poster.
Yep. So the sixth community shout out is this Hildren SFM poster by Spatio. Yeah, I'm not sure. But yeah.
Zahira.
Yep. Zyra,
sorry, yes.
Yeah.
Well, yes, there we go. I found one of the. It was on the meme frame subreddit, but I did put it on here where somebody has made a video of the Overwatch thing for
Zarya.
Hildren?
Yes, but as Hildren.
Yeah.
And you click on the different videos and they've even done the videos in game of what the abilities being played through. But I could put it on the meme thinking it was really good and it was really it was brilliant, and it's that picture summarizes it better though. That is just look at that. Nice.
Those animations are rigged up in SFM. Some guy ported them all over from Overwatch, so you could totally just puppet script them onto Hildren, and then there you go.
Wow. Okay.
Cool. So that's it for the community shout-outs. We are now coming to the end of the show, where Loz is going to give StallordD and I a
500 platinum.
Pardon me, 500 platinum. He's going to give us.
I mentioned give it platinum. Xeno will have flashbacks or pains.
Don't. Just don't bring it up. I wasn't going to bring it up.
Right, a quote that I've taken from a movie, and I have changed it.
Terrified it.
Do we have to guess what game it's from? Or movie?
Yeah.
Yeah. These are all movies?
These are always movies. We can ask questions, so like, is it before or after the year 2000? Is it
after comic, 2000. 2001.
Well, you should tell us first.
It is. Yeah, I know, but I was like, might as well. We ask that one every time, so I might as well say it's 2001. Right. So, I've been such a fool, Goresh. Grineer will always be a Grineer. There is no new Grineer. We tried so hard to create a society that was equal, where there'd be nothing to envy your neighbour. But there's always something to envy. A blunt, a grakata, something you don't have and want to appropriate. In this world, even a Kuva one, there will always be rich and poor. Rich in stuff, poor in stuff. Rich in hatred, poor in hatred.
Christ. You know if I've seen this?
Yeah, I think you probably... I don't know that you... Most people have seen this film.
2001. Is it sci-fi?
No, historical.
It's historical.
In the real world, in the past. It is a war film.
Is this one of those, oh yeah, you've probably seen this, but it turns out I haven't fucking seen it in the slightest?
I don't know. You hadn't seen Saving Private Ryan, had you?
Yeah, I still haven't seen Saving Private Ryan.
Is it Black Hawk Down?
No, it's World War II.
World War II.
Oh, is it just Pearl Harbor?
Nope.
Do it again.
I've been such a fool, Goresh. Grineer will always be a Grineer. Is that should be? Yeah, that's how it says. There is no new Grineer. We tried so hard to create a society equal where there'd be nothing to envy your neighbour. There's always something to envy. A blunt, a grakata, something you don't have and want to appropriate. In this world, even a Kuva one will always be rich and poor. Rich in stuff, poor in stuff. Rich in hatred, poor in hatred.
And it's not just Pearl Harbor?
No, it's not Pearl Harbor. You can guess which side it is if you think about equal. We tried to make a wink-wink equal society.
Well, that sounds like Russia.
That does sound like Russia.
Is it shit? Is it the one with Jude Law in it?
It might be the one with Jude Law in it.
I can't fucking
Enemy
remember
at the
the name.
Gates?
Huh?
Enemy at the Gates?
Enemy at the Gates. There you go.
Yeah. Like I can't remember the name of that film.
I've been such a fool, Vasily. Man will always be a man. There is no new man. We've tried so hard to create a society that was equal, where there be nothing to envy your neighbour. But there's always something to envy. A smile, a friendship, something you don't have and want to appropriate. Even in this world, even a Soviet one, there will always be rich and poor. Rich in gifts, poor in gifts. Rich in love, in love. There you go.
Who was that said that to him? Was it his writer friend?
I think it's his writer friend just before he steps up and gets his head shot.
Yeah, like it's been forever since I've seen that film, but no, I did actually really enjoy that film.
I've never seen it.
Oh, it's a fun film.
Yeah, cool.
It's a fun film. It's a fun one, you know.
Yeah, where people die. World War II. Yeah,
death and destruction. Nothing like threats of
his
genocide.
Friend dies.
Warm the cockles of your heart.
Fun film.
Anyway, so
that's snipers in it.
That's
not enough tanks.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's fun. That's fun. Snipers.
Yeah.
Cool. Right.
Snipers are fun.
So that's it for this week's episode. Thank you very much, StallordD, for being on. We will have to get you on with the other Loremaster, Zale. You know. And we shall see everyone next week, remaining on this new channel.
Do that mastermind thing.
Yeah.
Get all the Loremasters on. Get me, Zale, DK. I don't know if Biff does videos anymore.
Oh, it's a British TV series. No wonder why you haven't.
What?
Yeah.
British TV series. There's basically like a panel of people, and there's a guy, and there's such a chair, and there's a light focused on it. The room is black, and it's like, and you sit down, and it's like, what is your specialist subject? And then they pick their own, and then they ask you questions, and you can literally go on the show and ask anything. Is it still running? Yeah, it's still running.
Oh, no. Yeah, I do know this show. I've seen clips of it before.
Okay,
yeah.
Right.
But it is not an American show.
No.
I've hit the end slate now, so it's end slating.
Oh, no.
What?
What would we do? Soon it shall cut off, and our voices will be gone.
Yeah.
You do this.
What?
Huh?